mind, they think it's Strictly. So they be like, "Yo, what up, Strictly?" You know what I'm saying?
What's
So most
your
people,
Yeah, I feel that.
yeah.
what's your Twitter handle, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
STL. I'll actually put in a little
I got that
chat.
shit pulled up.
Yeah,
Just
STL
hilarious.
I got
03.
that shit pulled up already.
What?
Yeah, man.
I just lost everything that you just said, right?
Oh, you good? I'll type-
STLTTY03, bro. Come on.
yeah,
Come on now,
CTY
quit playing.
Charlie.
Damn it.
Oh, CTY. Never mind.
Yeah.
STL.
He's tagged in the tweet.
TTY.
He's tagged
Oh.
in Crow's tweet, bro. Just look at
God
Crow's
damn
tweet,
it.
bro.
God
Come on,
Hey,
damn
man, can
it.
I just say I just followed Krow? I'm sorry.
I don't
Yeah,
even.
it's all
look,
good,
I
man.
don't even-
You're not really on
I don't
Twitter that
follow-
much, so I
I've
don't.
been trying to get on it.
I don't follow people
just
on
left.
Twitter. What I do for Crow is I just straight go to his page. If I need to find something, I just go straight to his page. I don't need to follow. I'm not even on Twitter that much, anyways. Unfortunately.
Hey,
Wish I
man, I
was.
see you tweet regularly.
Do I though?
I'm always tweeting, bro.
Do I though?
Like,
Oh wait, strictly, we can't see your video.
I'm trying to hold. I thought I turned it on. Let me make sure it's on. Let me see. It says it's on my part, but maybe.
Hey, yo, that Baby Keem Kendrick Lamar track about to drop this Friday. Shit about to be out.
Yo, I don't know why my video ain't popping up. Maybe I don't got. Oh, I know what I do. I think I need to set up my. Alright, that should work.
Wait, are you guys in my chat right now?
Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up, Floyd?
Alright.
All right, cool. Okay.
Oh, sick tats, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
we got a face to the name.
yeah, man. Yo,
Sick room,
already,
actually
already.
sick gaming room. That's pretty.
That
raw.
is your gaming room? Damn, bro.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
Yeah, I thought that was your living room, or it's not. It's
Nah, bro.
You might
You
see
can
my
have
daughter.
it.
You might
Straight
see my
flexing
daughter
with
in a
his
second,
gaming
man.
room.
Hey yo, he got it like that. If he got a room like that, he
He's
got it like
straight
that.
flexing with his gaming room.
No, man.
I gotta turn my
If
camera
you-
off now.
Bro, if
I'm
the
done.
back of your TV glows, you're on the next level. That's all I'm,
I'm
saying.
done. I gotta turn my shit off now.
Man,
That's
don't
all
do
I'm
that, man.
saying.
Don't do that.
That's extra effort.
Yeah, man.
Oh wait, yo.
Is that the ambient light TV?
Yeah.
Is that a Hue light or Philips?
It's
or
not-
what?
I'm sorry
Yes,
when I asked this,
yeah.
but is
good?
that really your room? Because
No,
that
it's
shit
just
looks
a gaming room,
so
bro.
flawless. It looks fake. That might be a green screen.
No, this dead.
That
This
shit
dead.
look
Actually,
clean,
look,
bro.
Look. You think I'm playing? My daughter right here with me, bro.
Hey,
Oh,
Okay,
true.
we see it now.
Yeah.
Dang, yo, he pulled
Alright,
out
we
a
see
kid from
it.
behind the.
Listen, my daughter she's with me like all the
That's
time.
awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Dope.
It's awesome.
All right, yo, we're live right now, so yeah, let's start
Thanks for
with
letting us know
the mic check.
Hello.
hello.
Yes, sir. Check.
Hola.
¿Qué pasa?
Estoy cansado y tú.
Hey.
I
Same.
think I have to turn Deli up a little bit. Okay. let's
Hello.
see.
Testing.
Yeah. I heard you
Alright.
good.
All right, okay. All right, let's go ahead and start. And all right, yo, what's up? Welcome to episode 11 of Nest Talk. This is your host, the Sly Crow, and this is the show where we talk about some of the big gaming headlines and what's trending in the gaming media. And we also do go off topic every now and then. And so we're gonna have a topic later on about the Marvel's Eternals trailer, as well as the recent Marvel Spider-Man trailer that just dropped. So we'll be talking about that much later on in the show. And so I'm here once again with my man, Agent Deli.
Hello, thanks for having me back. I'm sorry I missed the last episode. I apologize.
No worries, man. You know, it's good to have some time off with your vacation.
Yes, I was on vacation.
Yeah,
But
I saw you post some pics on
boys.
Twitter. You were like kayaking on
Kayaking.
an
I was on a
ocean.
sandbar. Yep, I was on a sandbar, drinking beers and having a good time with my brother.
Lit.
Okay.
Life was good.
Nice.
But anyways, if you guys didn't know me, my name is Agent Deli. I just go by Deli. I'm a former AAA game developer for Ubisoft, and I just do other things for work.
All right, that's what's up. And I'm here with my guy from the UK, Joker Gamer V3.
Yo, what's up, people? And thank you again, Krow, for having me back on this podcast. Nice to meet you again, Deli. Hope you had a good time in your holiday, bro.
It's perfect.
And what's up, Windu? How's it going, bro?
Chilling.
All right,
And yeah, James, nice to meet you.
Yeah, so I'm here with my also with my good friend WinduTheMace.
What's poppin'? Thank you for having me back. Everybody that doesn't know me, I'm Windu. I just literally make videos all day. I chillax. That's about me summed up, low key. Just mad chill.
In the dream.
All right, cool.
Low-key.
And so we have a special guest here. We have Strictly Gaming or D Games.
Sir, what's going on, everyone? Hope everyone's solid. You already know.
Well, welcome, bro.
Welcome,
sir.
bro.
Yes,
welcome,
welcome.
welcome.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Welcome,
you all
welcome.
having me.
Hopefully you come back soon.
Yeah, man.
Beard game on point.
Yeah. All the time, bro. I love talking about games and I love playing them joints. So
True.
you
That's what
already
you
know.
need.
Now we just gotta get Deli to get a beard.
Hey, look, I'm growing this out, bro.
I don't see it, bro.
It's 2 weeks, bro. It's 2 weeks. It's coming
Put it
in,
up
bro.
on the light. Put it up on the light. I want to see that one hair.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna need y'all to quit playing me right now. On live too.
Hey man, look.
Oh man.
I'll get a fake beard, and I'm gonna come in one day, and y'all gonna be hating. All y'all gonna be hating.
Get it?
Hey, look,
Get it.
women do it, right?
support
Women
it.
got weave, bro.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true. That's true.
Hey,
That's
man,
true. You can actually get a weave for your beard.
You know?
That's
Really?
200 IQ actually.
Wow.
Just make sure it
okay.
doesn't match the colors.
Yeah.
It's got to, bro. Nah, I'm gonna get it blonde, bro. I'm gonna get
Yeah,
blonde.
exactly. Get the blonde, bro.
That's gross.
Yo, what up,
Gross.
chat? Hope everybody in the chat good too.
Welcome.
Yeah.
All right, definitely, and I appreciate you coming through, Strictly. You know, I do think you're a very good content creator and up and coming content creator, and you know, it's the sky's the limit for you. And I do think you're gonna go really big in the future.
Yeah.
So it's the-
hope so.
Hey, when you blow up, don't forget about us. All right.
Nah, man, never that,
True,
man.
true, true.
Look, I'm telling you, if y'all follow me on Twitter, you already know I just love helping people out, man. I love being there for people, you know, and just really, man, showing love, support, man. That's what it's about to me personally. So you already know, man. I'm always gonna look out for everybody around me, straight up.
Hey, that's dope. That's dope.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you know the title of this episode is the Gamescom Badlands. As you know, it is looking super mid right now with the shows that they've been teasing with their shows lately. With the Xbox Gamescom event, especially, that was really super mid, and also the show of today was pretty mediocre as well. So we're gonna be talking about those shows coming up soon. But first, we're gonna be going over some upcoming and recent game releases. So I did want to start with No More Heroes 3, which launches this Friday.
I'm excited for.
And so, you know, I'm not a huge No More Heroes fan, but I know Deli is. So, are you excited for this game?
I am. Actually, I've been waiting on it. I think the humor is great. I think the art style is fantastic. It's always nice to be able to have a departure from like the cookie cutter games like your Call of Duties, you know, your Battlefields,
Yeah.
your
Mhm.
Destinies or whatever, your Western RPGs, your JRPGs. It's nice to be able to have something that has a lot of style and flair to it, especially since, you know, most of the time where you find that kind of stuff is going to be in the indie scene. It's just nice to be able to come back and relax with it, especially since the last one was on the Wii.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember playing that actually. It was fun. It was hella fun. Isn't that the guy?
Never
Isn't that the
played it.
same game that was created by Goichi Suda?
Yeah, that's the one where you have the beam sword, and then to charge it, he turns
Yeah.
around and he shakes it.
You use the
Yeah.
V stick controller.
Yep, it's hilarious,
Yeah.
dude. I think there's just so much charm to the game.
True.
So I did hear from another podcast actually saying that, you know, it's too bad that the Switch it's exclusive to the Switch platform. So do you think this is a good get for the Switch? Like I think he was complaining that or it's not available on Xbox or PS5 for No More Heroes. So do you
I
think
think it
this
was-
is a good get for Nintendo to have this under their belt as an exclusive?
I mean, I think it's been an exclusive for a hot minute on the Nintendo platform on the Wii, so I don't not see it staying with Nintendo. I doubt it'll ever come to PlayStation or Xbox, or at least this new one. You never
I mean,
know.
Okay.
it's all based on the motion joystick controller support and everything like that. So, yeah, I mean, I can see why it will be actually
Like
exclusive to
keeping the
Nintendo.
architecture.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they would port it. I mean, will it even work well on other consoles once you port it? It's one of those things, but I would just keep it just being on Nintendo as it is and just leave it as it.
Nintendo always had the support though, man, so they don't need to port it to another console anyway.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
That's
you know, they
true.
got like
Nintendo
diehard.
exclusivity is already,
Yeah,
yeah.
man, they got like a diehard fan base, so it's like you
Mhm.
just
Even though,
don't
like,
even
a
mess with that.
mature game on Nintendo is kind of shocking to see succeed that well.
Really? You think so?
I think so, man. I think Nintendo's bread and butter has always been, PG-13 or rated E for everyone sort of fan base. Because, even adults and kids all alike can play. But whenever you, like, not necessarily alienate, but whenever you make a game that's more mature, only targeted towards adults, they have a huge fan base. But I'm just kind of shocked that it's done that well, TBH.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last game came out like 2010 or something like that, and the game does have like mild nudity and like obviously curse words, and other things to it, suggestive humor. Um,
As
I
long
just
as yeah, sorry, carry on.
sorry, it reminds me of Mad World. I don't know if you guys ever played Mad World on the Wii. It was like this
Negative.
game. It was this black and white game, and the only thing that was in color in the game was blood. And you basically just run around and you just it's like Doom. You just kill a bunch of people. And it was one of like the first games I played on the Wii. And I just thought it was just super nice to be able to have a game that's different from like because you look at the Wii and you're like, this is family friendly content. Then you get into games like No More Heroes and Mad World, with those exciting art styles and stuff. I mean, it reminds me of the game on PlayStation 3, Wet. Have you guys ever played it?
No, I
It was
haven't.
same
Yeah,
Nah,
I
I
remember
haven't.
playing it. I remember playing that game. It was
same
I
style.
only tried it out for like an hour or so because I think I got the demo. I'm not really
Mhm.
sure if I got the full game, but I played the demo and I really enjoyed the wet style gameplay. Fun memories, fun memories.
It's the same kind of gameplay loop.
Sounds like me with the Riders Republic demo.
Mhm.
Only played for like 15, 20 minutes. I was like,
Yeah, I mean, I played that too, but I didn't really. I think it was just a snooze fest for me. But anyways, we'll get to that later.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, so moving on, we do also have another a surprise. This was announced 8 months ago, actually, for the Nintendo Switch. Splunky 1 and 2 is coming this Friday for the Nintendo Switch, and it's also reasonably priced. So you're getting Splunky 1 for about $10, and also Splunky 2 is about 15 bucks. And honestly, like this was the one of the first roguelikes I got into, and it's a very unique take on the roguelike formula. Like it's not like a standard dungeon crawler. Like there's a unique it's like a unique side scrolling aspect to it.
Oh,
And,
wait,
like,
I
this
think
is
I
the-
remember it.
And yeah, this is where you go into like different. You go into a cave. There's like a grassland biome and also an ice biome and a temple biome. So there's different biomes you can get. You can travel travel to different levels, and like the whole side-scrolling aspect is very unique, and like it gets very hectic also when you
Is it
play this
rogue?
game.
Is it a roguelike?
Yeah, it's a roguelike.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, I remember, I think they remade the game for Xbox 360, I believe, and it was a very unique kind of a game because the levels were randomized, right? So you would not be playing like the same thing over and over again, kind of a thing. And it was a very it's definitely a platformer, I would say. And it was a 2D side scrolling platform. So it was a very fun game, man. Unfortunately, I switched from Xbox 360 to PlayStation after that because I got the Red Ring of Death. You know how it was. So,
I'm lucky.
but yeah, it
Yes.
was definitely a fun game to play. So did you say that it was coming out on Switch? Krow?
Yeah, so it's gonna be ported on Switch this Friday. So you're gonna getting Spunky 1 and 2 on the Switch. And honestly, I think this is a really good get for the Switch platform. You know, right out of the box, you're getting two controllers, like the two Joy-Cons. So this is a perfect game for couch co-op and for couch multiplayer. And like playing this game multiplayer is really, it can get really hectic at first, especially if they don't know what they're doing. So but if you can teach somebody, like, this is a really interesting game to get into.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what my time will consume. I can finally put my Switch to use, so definitely gonna buy that game, to be honest with you. Because I can
Yes.
just spend literally hours just if I'm traveling or something like that, I can just literally play that game, just focus on it, forget that 2 hours have gone by, and then reach my
You
destination.
have a Switch now, so you can play
Yeah.
Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Let me know how that is, dude.
Cool. I will definitely try it out.
Okay. And all right, so moving on, we also have Aliens Fireteam Elite. This game just came out yesterday, and this could honestly be a contender for Back 4 Blood. This is another co-op shooter. It's a third-person shooter, and it is set in the Aliens universe. So you play as a group of Marines who are containing the xenomorph threat. And I've seen a few streams of people playing this game, and it is looking, very, very promising. And like when you look at the alien designs themselves, that they are well designed, they are well animated, and they're also like really, really fast when they run around. So they are pretty quick, and they're saying like you can fight over 20 different enemy types, and you also get to face off against the Wayland Yutani synthetic enemies as well. So have you guys checked out this game at all, or have you looked into the trailers for this game?
I didn't.
Uh,
I didn't.
I'm
play
looking
it.
at I'm looking at the trailer right now. It looks yeah, like you said, it looks like a competitor to Back 4 Blood. I mean, I think it looks if you guys were a fan of Aliens, I think this is right up your alley. It looks interesting.
I mean,
I don't know if I have time to play it, but it looks interesting.
it looks interesting, man. I mean, it really just depends on who you got to play with. Also because I know playing the
True.
Back 4 Blood beta.
Mhm.
The problem with that was it wasn't really just the content, but it was like the lack of like attachments for weapons, the loot pickups and things of that nature. So games like this really have to get that loot aspect correct, in that teamwork correct. Because if you don't, it's going to get real dry, and they're going to feel like progressing in the game is not going to be worth it. So progressing through the game has to be worth it. And at the end of the day, if it's not, if you're getting a level 5, 6, whatever it may be, and you pick up some crazy stuff that you should be getting when you first start the game, you're not even gonna want to play the game no more. So a big aspect for these games is progression. So I didn't play it yet. I do want to play it, but again, it kind of depends solely on how many people you get to play with, since it's co-op or
Like
meant to be co-op.
like I was debating on getting it first as well. Same exact reason. Like, will I get enough people to play with? Because if it's a co-op style kind of game, I'd rather play with my homies, right? Just straight up, just carry on playing
Yeah,
with it.
for
But
sure.
if I'm not, if I don't get enough people playing it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to play it. And it looks fun. It looks chaotic. The world looks chaotic. When I was watching the gameplay for it, and yeah, man, it all depends. Like, if I get enough people playing this game and be like, "Hey, do you want to try it out?" Sure, I'll pay for it as long as I get to play with my friends.
If you
What's the cost of it?
Yeah, it's around $40. So what Strictly said about
Not too
the
horrible.
customization
Like
aspect, and
160.
Sorry, yeah. What Strictly is saying about the customization aspect, there is ways you can customize your Murian, and I believe there are some items you get to unlock in the future, so you can really customize your character, and there's like different classes as well. So it's a variety of play styles you can do for this game.
Are there? Do you guys know if there are like different maps or like like akin to something like Nazi zombies, or is there like a story or like how Resistance? If you guys ever played Resistance 2, there was like a co-op and there was a set of
Different
missions,
maps, yep.
different maps and
Like
stuff like that.
raids, so to speak.
Yeah, raids. So is it going to be like
Yeah.
Destiny co-op, or is it something more like Nazi zombies where there's only a couple levels and once you learn those levels in and out, like that's kind of it.
That's a great question. I honestly, watching it, I noticed two things. One, nobody could fucking survive. And then two, it almost felt like Aliens meets Hordes from Gears is what it felt like watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It does look
Yeah.
it does look very Gears like.
It
I
does,
mean, like-
man.
Yeah.
Like I agree with Strictly over there. So like when it comes to these kind of games, the main thing is with the progression level, and if there's not much progression level into this aspect, to be honest with you, it's gonna feel like another fucking Anthem shit show. To be honest with you, and I don't want to get into that fucking talk again. So
I took a super L on Anthem, bro.
I think
I think battle passes would be great ideas for games like that.
yeah,
Even though
But
kind of overdone, but gets people to play consistently, not just on over a period of time, or you're gonna have those few that just want to buy their way through the whole battle pass, and it just funds the game even further. As long as they can keep that constant content.
it's funny you mentioned Battlecast because I was gonna mention like COD, right? Like you definitely don't want to play these type of games with randoms, bro. If you play Call of Duty with randoms, you know what I'm talking about. Like you will play with randoms and randoms be
Yeah.
doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then you die and you like, yo, where the hell my team at? And you look behind and they still over somewhere where they ain't supposed to be at. So that thing does matter, man, because that's why I just want to emphasize why it's a co-op game. If you don't have the people to play with you, man, there's no reason to pick this game up, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I've heard from people saying that the missions are pretty long, like they can last up to like 40 to 45 minutes. So like if you get stuck with like a lame ass random, like you're gonna be chugging along
That's it,
45
bro.
minutes.
Hey,
So they are mission based. So there is like an objective and like a little story, almost raid like maybe per mission. Because
What
if
was
there's a mission, I'm assuming there's an objective.
Yeah,
feel
I
me?
guess there are like sets of
there's a-
missions, and like let's say there's like
Yeah.
10 of them, for an easy number.
And it
Like
just
there's
filters
10
through.
missions in the
Okay.
game.
so,
I
it's-
wonder if
see
it's
that.
crossplay.
so I'm guessing it's got like a Outriders vibe, but meets Aliens.
Is it gonna be cross-platform? I feel like a game like this would benefit from being
Me
cross-platform.
too.
I hope
Definitely,
so.
yeah. It got to be cross-platform. It got to.
I hope so.
At this point, cross-platform is a standard, man. Crossplay is a standard.
Yeah.
Like,
True, but we've seen too many games come out and it's not though.
yeah, true. I mean, what games has came out lately that haven't been crossplay?
Was Outriders cross-platform?
Yeah, out the gate it was.
Yeah,
It was?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cross-platform.
At this point,
I
I
don't
just
know.
think I think it's a standard. Like there's no reason why no game should not have crossplay. Like
I agree.
I
felt that,
agree.
especially since it's as easy as a Switch. It's just a
Yeah.
little button. So
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess it also depends on the server size and how they need to upgrade. But I mean, like I said, yeah, it is very simple to just put the switch on to say, yeah, just go cross-platform
Mhm.
and cross-play.
Yeah, so maybe this could be a contender for Back 4 Blood. We'll see. But the benefit for Back 4 Blood is that obviously they are in Game Pass, so I do think that's a huge deal for them. And $40 for this game. It really depends on how the reviews are looking like, and for the most part, people are really enjoying it, and it looks like it's been a lot of positive reviews for Aliens Fireteam Elite.
I think the $40 is gonna have to do more with what Strictly said.
yeah,
I don't care about the reviews, bro. $40, that's still a maybe. As soon as
Yeah,
two or three homies are like, bro, we got it. You got to get it.
yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
All right, you
That's a
got me,
fact.
guys. Let's go. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
if I spend
Yeah,
40
man.
bucks on a video game, I expect to put like a couple hours into it. I'm not spending 40 bucks just to just to
Only
hop
play
on it and play
like maybe
once.
once a week or something with the homies.
Yeah, yeah,
Because there
yeah.
are
Yeah.
so many games like that already, like Dead by Daylight, Back for
Yeah.
Blood. Like to add another one of those, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you got it too? Dope. Let's play a game for the first time this year. So
Yeah.
I
When
don't
is
know.
it? When is it drop? Is it just in beta state or did it actually release already?
Yeah, it's already like fully released right now.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
came out yesterday.
I was looking at it, and I mean, it definitely like again with Strictly and Windows said, the game has to give me some kind of a thing, and I agree with Windu on the point where I think it would benefit actually going on Game Pass. It would do a lot better
That's
for them because instead of paying $40, you can just pay for the Game Pass, install it, play it. If you don't like it, you can just uninstall it, end the story, and move on to the next game.
It released at a bad time, look, technically too, because September, if you're on PlayStation, you got Kana coming up, you got Deathloop coming up, and that
Mhm.
Indie Fist. So, a lot of people are probably thinking like, I'm not gonna spend $40 on this game because I already got 3 games coming out in September alone. So, it kind of released at a tough time too. At the end of the day, I could see this game being on sale probably by the end of September.
Oh wow.
Do you
Wow.
think
Okay.
do you think like just looking from the game, do you think strictly that this will actually be a Back for Blood competitor? Since you've played it, I do wanna ask whether or not Back for
It
Blood, did you enjoy it?
It's hard. It's hard. I enjoyed Back for Blood for what it was the first day I played. But if
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000, once I played it once, I didn't want to play it again.
Mhm.
And it wasn't saying it's a bad game. It's just that it got real repetitive really quick. You know, and it just that those type of games really don't resonate with me like that. I like the AAA games. I just started really getting into indie titles like that.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to, kind of expand my palette in regards to games, but that's one of those games. It's kind of like a niche category in a way,
Mhm.
and it's I can't give this one a fair shake with Back for Blood just because it's just off a look, and I can't see again the guns they have. I can't
Yeah, yeah.
see the loot
The
system.
customization
Yeah,
and stuff.
it's
Yeah.
not gonna be a fair assessment, but it definitely looks like it is a competitor to it. If they can do what Back for Blood does, but better, then yeah, I'm all for it. But again, it's still probably not worth $40 either at the end of the day, like Windu said.
Yeah, that's a tough price point, especially since, there are
I think 30
DLCs.
would have been smart.
It would have been
Yeah.
smart, yeah.
I mean, 12 minutes is only $24, $25, and that game is 6 to 8 hours. That's an indie title. Um, I mean, games like Life is Strange, indie
Yeah.
titles, um, they're not even $40. I think Outriders was $40,
Outriders was a
or was that
Outriders was a
30?
full 60, no?
That was,
Was
that was
it?
a full 60.
Or was it
Yeah,
60?
Yeah,
Outriders.
they came out swinging hard. That's why I didn't get it. I love, dude. I'll be
Oh
real. Like
man,
I loved the demo and the weekends that they had or whatever. Grinded it. As soon as I found out it was $60, I'm like,
Do you think the
well,
price point killed
I,
it? Do you think the price point killed it?
I made memories,
I
but
think
So
no
so
more.
so actually
Not
I
for
wanted
60
I
bucks.
wanted to do a topic of Outriders, but I didn't think we have
man,
time. But like if you want, we could do it sometime later in this show if you want.
Outriders
Yeah, we can
Outriders
see
was
if we have time
killed.
for it.
Outriders was just killed alone off of the lack of transparency. I mean, just
Mm.
because people said they were transparent, but at the end of the day, like, and I remember me and Luca was talking about this a while back, and Crow, you probably even seen this back and forth, when Outriders was about to drop. The
Mhm.
whole beta was going on, and the problem is Outriders was like, this is not a game as a service. It's a full-fledged release game, and that's that. But when you play the game, it's a game as a service. You get that game as a service VAT. So what my thing with that was, I felt like they were just trying to not attach the game as a service to it, so they weren't forced to give you content. So when you finish the game, they're like, well, we didn't tell you it was a game of service. We told you it was a full fledged game. So when you finish, you finish. But when you play it, what is it? It's a game as a service. And now, right after launch, what's happened? They're patching, they're nerfing guns. Why are you nerfing a weapon that's not when the game's not a game as a service? So that's why it failed so quick was, the lack of transparency. And of course, the bugs it had hurt the game a lot. Because honestly, I was going to buy it on PS5, but I said, you know what? Nah, I'm going to buy it on PC because Steam support is fire. So if I don't like it, I just
Mhm.
get my refund. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that
saying?
that,
So,
that refund policy is
yeah.
definitely comes clutch, man. Like you play for under, what is it, like 2 hours, and
2
then you
hours.
could
Wow.
get to
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have
yes.
this review of on Steam. Somebody reviewed this. It said pros: Aliens Fireteam Elite looks good, runs smoothly, and he didn't encounter any bugs. But the cons are the game feels empty and linear. From my experience, not really a decent storyline and campaign. You basically get thrown into the game and just endless waves of aliens to shoot, but that's about it. The price is way too much for a game that feels like an indie budget game. Um,
That
yeah,
hurts.
and then they said that if you expect an immersive storyline or exploration, this game is not worth it, in my opinion.
There's
And so
no way
it's
you would play that game expecting that
So
immersive experience.
hordes, right?
No.
so it seems
That's what
like
I
if
heard.
it seems like if you have buddies and some spare time and you want to do the same thing over and over and over again,
Some drinks or
sure.
something.
But if you're looking for
Yeah, bruh.
for
I mean, bro, I can have a blast with the homies with tic tac toe. I don't gotta spend
Right.
40
yeah,
bucks.
yeah, I don't gotta spend $40.
Or Uno.
Yeah,
You feel me?
Uno.
bro, we'll
Yeah,
throw down.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
throw down. Like it's just, I'm telling you, like I think a lot of games, including Outriders, including Aliens nowadays, if you're going to be above $30, I feel like there's so much expectation as to what
Mm,
the players are going to consistently want. If you're
Yeah.
below
yeah,
30 bucks,
sure.
if the game was 25 bucks and you don't get any updates, it was only 25 bucks. You feel me?
Yeah,
But if the
yeah.
game's $40 and you don't get updates, it's like, yeah, hold up, 40.
It's like that
It's almost 60.
35. It's like that $35 price point is where people start to see like, okay, I'm crossing into AAA territory now.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
which is super weird, TBH. But it's almost
yeah,
it's become the norm.
it's like that game. It's like when gaming journalists rate a game 8 out of 10 and it's trash, and everybody's like, oh, it's an 8 out of 10. It's trash. It's like, bro, that's fine. It's an A-okay game. 8 out of 10 is fine.
Yeah.
The game as a service just needs to really go. I mean, I don't think that there's probably one game that really succeeded at being a game as a service. Maybe Destiny 2, maybe. I mean, like,
Fortnite.
or yeah, Fortnite. Yeah, I mean, true.
Fortnite.
But those are like free to play, so it's like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That's-
a
oh,
little
a
bit
good
different.
point.
Like
It's a
Warzone,
very good
Yeah,
Fortnite,
point.
Destiny
and
2
those are
became
VR.
free like a while later. Destiny 2
Yeah,
is
you know what I'm
free.
saying. So yeah, so
yeah,
not.
Destiny 2 is free. Yeah.
I think there's probably only going to be one more chance that it actually works, and that's going to be, I think, Sony with factions. I think them and factions. I think that's going to be their attempt at the game as a service type thing. But outside of that, man, they just need to go ahead
Okay.
and let that thing die, man. I mean, everybody keeps making the same exact mistake. So
Yeah, it seems like across the board, like the only
Games have evolved.
the only successful games as a service game would be World of Warcraft, because I've been seeing a lot of discourse on the internet about Overwatch lately. So it seems to me
Mm,
that people aren't very happy with Overwatch right now. So I think really it's just World of Warcraft. I think strictly you brought up a really good point. There has not been a good or publicly well received games as a service game where you pay like Overwatch, you pay $30 and then they continue updating the game, or like World of Warcraft where you buy in a subscription every single time. Same
yeah,
thing with Destiny.
and they just take too long to get it right. Like
Mhm.
Division 2 now is a really good game with really good content, but they took way too long to get it right. If you get most of that stuff right at launch, then you'll have a successful game. But we're not just
Battlefront 2 is a great example for that too.
yes, it's
Yeah,
back.
you're right.
Like
Battlefront-
amazing now, but it took them what, fucking 4
years,
years
no one's
just
playing it.
trying.
I mean, even look at Battlefield 4, like the devs didn't fix that game for almost a year. And then once Dragon's Keep came out, everybody was hopping back on it and it was a whole lot of fun. But for the first entire year of it being live, it was basically dead in the water.
Yeah.
So I'm not
all
entirely
right,
sure.
so
Sorry, go ahead.
so I didn't want to drag in too much about that, but it is an interesting topic of the games as a service thing. So actually, I wanted to move on to 12 minutes. And so, at first when I did play this game, I was kind of disappointed with the limited options that the game had. Like, it seemed to have like very limited dialogue options, and the choices that you did do seemed very limiting. But like as I found out about the clues of like finding the clues of solving the mystery, like it really set into it really opened up of the dialogue options and the choices, and the story actually turned out to be very interesting. Like it's a very interesting twist. It's like a twist that you would least expected. So I'm gonna pass it to Deli, and what were your thoughts on this game?
I like the point click adventure game. It reminds me of something like The Secret of Monkey Island. So it did kind of it felt like it brought me back to a time where I was much younger. So I didn't mind it at all. I think the acting is superb. I think that the gameplay loop is pretty rewarding. I think it does get monotonous after a while, especially since uh if you are not a fan of listening to the same thing over and over and over again, then just go ahead and skip this game, because what's going to happen is that the gameplay loop, the game starts, you go into your apartment, and then you just kind of play through it. It gives you a bunch of options to do stuff and play around, and then after about 10 minutes in 10 minutes in real time, a cop breaks into your house and arrests you and beats you up. And then once you either get beaten up or die or get arrested, it resets the day to when you just enter the house again. And like I said, everything plays out the exact same way. Your wife gets out of the bathroom. She says, "Oh, hey." She runs up to you, hugs you, and kisses you, and then goes, "Hey, guess who made dessert?" And it's like literally the same exact dialogue each and every single time. And then of
Trying to
course,
create a different outcome, basically.
yeah, and within the 10 minutes, you have time to figure out what's going on. So you slowly piece together like the story as a whole, and like what's going on in the house, because at the end of the day, the entire game happens within the four walls, or within the four rooms that you have. You have the living room, the bathroom, your room, and the
Hard
closet.
pass.
Yeah, that's it.
Hard pass.
That's all you
Yeah,
got.
is that even a game that you're gonna end up playing a week from now? I feel like that's the game that I get. I try to problem solve. By the end of the week, I'm like, bro, I'm not playing this shit
If you
again.
suck at
Yeah, hard.
puzzles, bro, this is not it.
I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah.
feel like if you're good at puzzles, you're not gonna play it next week anyway because you're already done within the
It's
week.
about a 6 to 8 hour experience, so
This
know,
is the
it-
type of game if you just want to get maybe like a quick platinum or something, platinum trophy maybe. But
Like
It-
I
it's
saw
like-
a Deli
sorry.
play yesterday. I saw a Deli play yesterday, and I'll tell you what, I would probably finish that game one day sitting. I would say honestly, and then
Yeah, yeah.
afterwards, I
Never
will
play it
never
again.
ever touch it.
I mean, that's the allure of indie games. You have these experiences that are different from your AAA things. Whether it be an experience that's 4 to 8 hours, you play it and you're done, you put it down, and that's it. And that's
Like because I saw you watch it play yesterday, I got it on my Game Pass and I installed it.
Mhm.
Right, and to be honest with you, I was about to start playing until I reminded, oh shit, I got to do podcast.
I mean, it's interesting enough if you want something different. That's the key here. If you want something different, if you don't want anything different, don't play it. Don't skip it. If you're the kind of
Yeah.
person that's like, if you're on the fence about it, don't. I would
No,
not
no.
spend the $25
If-
for it.
Like for me, anything to do with strategy games or anything to do with like puzzle kind of a mystery solving kind of a thing, I'm all down for it. And even if it is an indie game and if it only gives me 8 hours, yeah, I'm still down for it as long as it's got good content in there that I can enjoy. If it gets repetitive after a while, I'll probably think I fucked up somewhere. But then afterwards, if it's actually mainly due to the game itself,
Yeah.
then
Well,
you're
going to be doing the same exact thing until you figure out how to get to the next stage. So when it comes to repetition, it's a lot of it.
Well,
it is
I
a
don't
lot
mind.
of it.
I don't mind doing that kind of a repetition. But doing the same thing to, like, for example, let's just say like what Strictly and Crow was talking about, aliens. I was like, yeah, if I have to just sit there and just shoot at a fucking horde for freaking at least 30, 40 minutes, and then afterwards doing the same level again to keep shooting the hordes all over again, I'm like, yeah, get me out.
I would just
It's not like
yeah. I would just YouTube the story. Like I'd be like,
that.
Right? It's just
if I
one
could-
story. I'd be like,
yeah,
oh,
if I
that's
could-
interesting.
You guys might not actually like the story. It's I mean it's
yeah.
I didn't really like it. I
clo-
ain't
The
I ain't gonna
closest game I played to like something like this is Detroit Become Human. Which was a
Ooh,
really
that was a
good
good
game.
one.
Like,
Detroit
yeah.
Become
that
Human was
yeah,
amazing.
Detroit was
really,
good.
it was
Detroit
an
was
amazing
good.
game.
But it's the same style of writing too. David Cage did
Yeah,
Detroit.
and I get that vibe. It's just the whole thing of like, you basically not progressing in the game until you figure some shit out. And it's like, well, I just go to YouTube and watch it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's definitely not my type.
I will say though, speedrunners are probably gonna have a field day with stuff like this.
Speed one?
Speedrunners.
Speedrunners,
Okay.
like
So, like for me, in my opinion, I don't think this is quite onto the level of like Quantum Dreams type of game, like Heavy Rain or even Detroit Become Human. Like I feel like it's very limiting with the choices that you do. But there is a lot of various interesting achievements that you can unlock, and so I recently unlocked Groundhog, which is have a perfect evening or a perfect day, and that was a pretty interesting ending. Like there's a lot of different achievements you can do. You can have the gardener achievement. There's a listen, seasons, coward. There's one sequence where you do alone and mindfulness. So it's a lot of interesting options you get to unlock. And so let me also ask you, Deli, how did you feel about the acting styles in the game? Like, how did you feel about Daisy Ridley's acting or William Dafoe's?
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was definitely a very high budget when it comes to voice talent, but I do think that because of the limited options in the game, I don't think that the talent of these guys are able to show properly because you have James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and of course Willem Dafoe, and those guys are very very talented, star-studded cast members. And I think that the game didn't do them a disservice, but I think that there could have definitely been more
from the
use.
game's part.
Yeah, more use of those guys. I feel like it wasn't a waste of time, but if you go into it thinking that these names are going to sell the game, I would suggest you find that these guys are just a part of the game, and this is this is just a gig, and not so much like, oh man, I'm a Willem Dafoe fan, I'm gonna come in here, and it's not like that at all. But I do think it's high quality, and I know that Lewis, the writer and director, is actually a ex Ubisoft dev himself.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
he is.
Okay. All right, so it's definitely an interesting game. I do think it's worth a play as the story it does get pretty interesting, and there's like a twist in there like you wouldn't expect at all, and it gets pretty hectic there.
I think it just gets weird, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's straight weird. It kind of really tuned me out of the game. I did not like it. I think that it was lame. I think that it was just thrown in there for shock value. I think that there's a lot that could have been written in the game. I think that the last half of the game, once you reach a certain point in the game, I think that the writer director did it pretty tastelessly. I think it's been done in better in a lot of recent media. Especially, I know that a lot of these inspirations are from foreign cinema, so like Korean films, Japanese films, and Vietnamese films. And I've seen a lot of these films that the game takes inspiration from. And like I said, I just feel like those films did it way better, because in those movies, when the twist, or when more information gets revealed, like Bong Joon-ho's Parasite, if you guys have seen it,
That was an
like,
amazing movie, by the way, just to let you know.
Crazy. That was a crazy twist.
once you have those twists and those turns, and then the genre of movie changes into it and evolves into a different genre, you look at the movie from a different lens, the first half of the movie in a different lens. To me, when I played this game, and a lot of the stuff that it was, drawing inspiration from, I didn't get any of that. I'm not even gonna lie. When the twist happened, I literally said, "What the fuck?" Like, I was like, "Man, this is not even funny, dude. I don't even like this at all." And it
How
felt
much did it cost?
$24.99, $25.
Well, it's on Game Pass, so
It was on Game Pass.
yeah.
A Game Pass effect.
So I was about to say I'll try it because I already got Game Pass. You feel me?
If you like puzzle games, try it out. Check it out. You might have a 2 hours of a headache. I'm not gonna lie.
He
But
said,
But it's gonna
this
take-
is the type of game that can really wreck you if you don't know what you're doing. Like it's like a
Sound like Call of Duty?
like you gotta take in
Sounds like
all the different things in the room, and like
It's a lot of
piece that
memorization.
together.
It's a lot of memorization and going through and finding out different ways to get the information that you need. But you obviously don't know the information that you need until you get it.
Mhm.
And
rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat.
yeah, like I said, if you are expecting to have a good time within a couple hours, it's not going to happen. The game unfolds definitely at the 5-hour mark, and then it goes really, really fast after that. And like I said, I didn't really like it. I'm not trying to spoil too much because some of you guys
Yeah,
may
it's kind of
play it,
rough for a game.
but it's have you guys ever seen the movie Old Boy?
Yes.
It's
Which
kind of
one?
like
the
the Korean one,
Okay,
the
yeah, yeah.
original, the only one,
the
the only one that
OG
exists.
one, yeah.
Yeah. If you guys have seen that movie and how fast that movie moves in the last half of the movie, it is kind of like how this game plays.
So the
It just-
whole climax situation's at the very end and not just
It just goes real fast, real quick, and you're like, okay.
yeah. I mean, if that's the kind of thing, then I'll probably just play it for the mystery solving, but I'm not gonna focus much on the story just to get sucked into it. So yeah, because if it's that kind of a vibe where it's just the last 2 hours of it, I'm
It's
just
just
like,
weird. It's just
yeah.
weird. I will say that there are a lot of fake stopping points in the game where the audience member or the player may feel like you've come to a conclusion and there's still a lot left to the game. So
right.
that,
So it's like a
that's something.
fake ending kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like,
that's where I'm at right now. Like I thought I found out all the pieces to the mystery, but looks like there's a lot more. There's a lot more things to unlock.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I come across a conclusion kind of a scenario, I'm gonna stop the game right there. I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
I finished it, done. You know what I mean? I won't even go past the situations like, is this done? Like, nah, it's done. Done. Bye. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
because a lot of people that I've seen on the internet, have different opinions of the game. People are like, oh yeah, the game was great. It was really short. And it's like, they get to a certain point that felt like they were comfortable. They're like, oh yeah, this makes sense. And then they just put the game down. And there's a lot more to the game than that. But like I said, if you're not willing to do something different, if you're not willing to dive into this wholeheartedly and get lost in the mystery, then I would suggest passing. And if you have it on Game Pass, I would also recommend that you probably pass on it as well too. You may end up
Really?
wasting 2 hours out of your day.
Yeah, just 2 hours of precious,
Okay.
bro.
2 hours is about the time you start getting a headache. So
Got you.
All right, so moving on here, I did want to talk about Psychonauts 2. And this game really surprised me. It did come out yesterday, and I feel like this game had a lot of unwarranted hate. We had like a group of people on Twitter complaining about the art style, and like they were comparing the main character to Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and they were saying like, oh, this art style is so trash. Like this game is gonna be whack. And you also had another camp complaining about the super easy mode, saying that, oh, you get to unlock invincibility mode right from the jump. And so that was another complaint. But honestly, like this game is really fun so far. Like I think it's a really interesting ride. It's like a very whimsical, kind of like a old school. It kind of like brings you into like the old school cartoons, like from like Hey Arnold or something like that.
Like, I'll honestly tell you, Krow, like when I was looking at, I looked at the gameplays, I looked at the whole entire thing. Bro, I love the art style. I don't know why people hate that art style. I love that quirky shit right there.
I
Like,
think that shit is trash. I'm not gonna hold you.
You
really?
didn't like it? You didn't like it?
I
No.
love, I don't know. It's probably because like I do a lot of artwork and stuff like that. So it's like, I like this. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I can see the little bit of intricate details here and there and everything. A lot of people might miss out on, but sometimes it's different because I'm so used to seeing the particular same kind of art style on many games. Like you got like a cartoon aspect, like the anime aspect, then you got the 3D model, like the real life aspect kind of a thing. And to be honest with you, this is probably one of those games that I will probably have in the bundle of my platformers like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, and stuff like that. Because Crash Bandicoot and this one have a similar art style. I wouldn't say it's the exact, but it's a similar art style, and I loved it. Right, I loved it. So, to be honest with you, this is something that I would enjoy.
The-
Watching somebody play, I wouldn't play it, but I watch somebody play it.
I would say that.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Strictly.
No, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say that, like, you know, akin to Ratchet and Clank and Spyro and them. I mean, you got to remember that the original Psychonauts did come out during the mascot gaming era. You know, so this is. I think a lot of people complain about that too because the mascot era ended like around 2007. It's around about the time the Xbox 360 came out. And then the PlayStation 3 as well. People stopped getting, like, Sly Cooper wasn't around, Ratchet wasn't around as much. Jack and Daxter stopped being around. Spyro basically was non-existent. Crash stopped coming out. You know, you start Rayman
Yeah,
stopped getting made as much. I mean, a lot of these guys stop seeing the light of day. Sorry, there you go. Stop seeing the light of day. So I think that a lot of people complain about this art style because it's something that is not in style right now. Like, it's not in the mainstream at the moment right now. And I think that as a game developer, as long as the art style serves the gameplay and enhances the gameplay, I think that it doesn't really matter what the art style is, right? Like, if Psychonauts was like photorealism, it still wouldn't benefit. Like, the game would still play the exact same if it was photorealistic or if it was in this, you know, cartoony cal art style.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, but if you take a game like Call of Duty and made it cartoony, it may play completely different, you know, or like Halo or Battlefield, it may play completely different. So
I think Psychonauts unfortunately was it was indirectly affected by console wars.
Mhm.
Because, you know, Ratchet and Clank just came out in what was it, June, July? I forgot which one was one of those.
yeah,
I think
it
was
came out pretty
June.
recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, unfortunately in console wars, you know, you have the unfair comparisons with games. You know, this shouldn't be compared to Ratchet and Clank, obviously. But what happens is you have the you have the troll accounts, the people with like 2 followers following like 500 people where anime is a profile picture, right? You know, and everything single tweet you see, about like Ratchet and Clank, whatever it may be, they're comparing it to Psychonauts, and then to this game, and then what happens is, they're like the person, the replier, he'll say something like, "Oh well, you're really complaining about this game when we have Ratchet and Clank," and they're just exchanging screenshots. And obviously, this can't hold up to Ratchet and Clank, but it's a different type of art style. So it's an indirect. It's unfortunately it's just involved in a console war and type thing, and it really just didn't get a fair shake at the end of the day, regardless. And I think that's just what it comes down to. I mean, it could be a good game and all of that, but nowadays on Twitter, they're not seeing it. And for me personally, if the art style or the graphics don't grab me like right there, then I'm not going to be into the game. So this game specifically isn't for me. But I won't really put down a game. And I know I said I was trash. I'm really just joking.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, I really won't put a game down if it's not for me personally.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not for me, but that necessarily doesn't mean the game is trash.
And I think it also is harder too for people because this game came out in 2021, so 2021, and the original came out in 2005. So 16 years ago, you know, a lot can happen in 16 years. So if
Yeah.
you, especially since this being a direct sequel to the original, if you didn't get a chance to play the original, I feel like, you know, if this is the first time you've been exposed to this kind of game, you're gonna look at it and be like, I don't know, that's not for me. That looks like a kid's game. That looks like this or that, you know.
Yeah.
So
Like for me, like I said, I really captivate. Like I like these kind of art styles. You know what I mean? It's just very quirky and very different to the normal things that I'm always used to seeing. So I mean, I'll enjoy, like, if my girlfriend just decides to buy this game and starts playing on it, I'll watch her play it. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be the backseat gamer, right?
Yeah.
Sitting there and be watching this whole entire thing. I would play it if I'm bored or something like that, but I wouldn't play it myself. But I enjoy watching art styles like this just come to fruition. You know what I mean? So it's one of those
Yes.
things for
Yeah, so for me, like the only thing I hated was the main character textures on the face. Like I thought that looked super weird, but I do like all the other characters and especially the environments. Like I really think the environments they've done such a good job with the textures on the environments, and I do think it really does work well in higher resolutions. And actually, a shout out to Bam Bam in the chat. He does also like Psychonauts, and so he says Psychonauts is heat. I'm liking that game so far. So you know, I've also on Twitter I've also seen a tweet from Paris Lily, and he said that his game of the year so far was he had Death's Door up there as well. He had Death's Door. I forgot the second game, but his third game on the list for Game of the Year contention was Psychonauts 2. So you know, there's a lot of heavy, you know,
I
good
agree.
praise for this game. And also, if you look on Metacritic, it's sitting at an 87 Metacritic score for Xbox, and for PC, it's 89 on 89 Metacritic.
like I mean, like as soon as I saw the characters, right, I knew straight away it was gonna be like a comedic characters just throwing stuff around. Just it's one of those slapstick comedy that you used to watch back in the day, those cartoons. It kind of reminds me
Yeah.
of that. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just gonna remind me of that, and it's just like, yeah, I'm all up for slapstick comedy.
So,
Yeah, like I feel like it really sucks you into like a kid back in the day, like when you like the cartoon that this reminds me most of is Hey Arnold, and the character designs really do remind me of that as well. Like this just gives me like it gives me like vibes of me going in my back in my high school days. And, like it really feels like you're in a kid in a candy store when you play this game. Like it's just really well done.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, the cartoon that I can closely relate to this is, I don't know if you ever guys watched Monsters on Nickelodeon.
Oh
yeah, I used to
yeah,
watch
yeah.
that that is
I never had cable, so
right. I was stealing cable. Now I'm just kidding.
Shout out to my boy Nate, man. He said I let the kids enjoy that, not going in my system.
But yeah, it's that's the closest cartoon I can remind me of. And Monsters, I still enjoy watching Monsters after school, bro. It's
strictly, you
Yeah.
said your game of the year is Ratchet and Clank.
My game of the year is out of Ratchet and Clank and Returnal.
I haven't got a chance to play Returnal, but
I-
Ratchet and Clank is
I-
currently my game of the year.
Yeah, it's so close, man. Like honestly, if Returnal would have got the bugs and glitches right at launch, then I would have gave it the Returnal. But it had a lot of like that. The only reason I did not platinum Returnal was literally due to the trophy glitches, to the door glitches they had. And so like I ain't got no choice but to knock the game for that because it hindered my experience with the game. So that's why I give it to Ratchet Clank. Ratchet Clank was honestly flawless. I mean, my daughter plays Ratchet and Clank with the part. So yeah, that's for me. That's the runner up. You know what I'm saying? But I think Battlefield could push that.
Yeah, man, we still have the rest of the
yeah.
year, so who knows? But Ratchet and Clank right now is a game that I really liked, and
Yeah. It was like
I think it.
flawless.
Yeah, I literally had no problems with it at all. Like I had
And
no
I'm
problems
so
with it.
jealous of all you guys that you could even play Ratchet and Clank. God damn it.
Why can't you play
It's
Rocket?
good.
Give it to me.
It's good, bro.
I
That joint is
can't, bro,
fire,
because I
bro.
don't even own a PS5.
And Returnal was good too. Like I gotta say,
Oh man.
Ratchet and Clank definitely, like whenever you started playing it, you can tell there were so many new things playing it. Like even just
Yeah.
switching worlds and stuff. It was just like, bro, this game is sick. But
It was
Returnal, the level of immersion and the worlds changing and everything, I was like, yo,
Yeah.
this is complex, bro.
It was a
So
showcase. Like,
they're different,
yeah.
yeah.
that was a showcase for sure.
I just think Ratchet and Clank benefited most from Insomniac's experience.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Insomniac,
like
yeah.
you know, it's this one. This isn't the first in the series, and two, Insomniac is not a junior developer by any means. So there's a lot of what I like about Ratchet and Clank was there a lot of love and care, and there's a lot of charm put into the game, for anybody of all ages. So
Yeah.
and of course the gameplay is just buttery smooth. There is not a single issue with it at all.
It's funny because when I brought another reason, I actually spoke about this in the Twitter Spaces. Like, a big reason why I do give Ratchet and Clank to it even outside the game is because of Insomniac. Insomniac is like a fan favorite. Like, you don't hear no one talking bad about Insomniac. So like they're like the front where like nobody talks bad about Insomniac because of what they do with their technology, how they're literally carrying PlayStation 5 pretty much the first year. They gave you, Spider-Man PS4 remastered, they gave you Miles Morales, and they gave you Ratchet and Clank. They gave you 3 games within the first year of the launch of the PlayStation 5. So I think a lot of that has to do with that as well. So I do feel
Yeah.
like Ratchet and Clank may win it just off of merit alone for Insomniac.
Yeah, for sure. But back to Psychonauts 2, I really do think Double Fine really killed this game, and you can tell from like 89 critic reviews that they've all been praising this game. And honestly, like I feel like the combat is like very, very different from Ratchet and Clank. It's not like it's a different vibe from Ratchet and Clank. Like it's a quirky kind of combat system, but I really think it really suits the overall feel of the game. And also, there's like a really interesting James Bond type soundtrack. It's like a funky soundtrack you hear while you're playing the game. So it's overall it's like a very very cool trip when you're playing this game, and
Yeah.
it's definitely worth the playthrough. It is on Game Pass as well, so it's definitely a
Y'all
good.
are advertising Game Pass, huh? Y'all getting paid?
Bro,
Dude, I'll be
listen.
real with you. Any of those passes, the bang for buck that you get out of it, it's hard to not justify it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Lie.
Because
We're not gonna
at
go
this
there.
point, no, like at this point, let's say for example, like the Game Pass specifically, Xbox. If a game comes out, I've already gotten so much value out of it. In my mind, I was like, yo, this game is literally worth less. Like I paid less than $1 right now because of how much value I've gotten out of the Game Pass.
Hell no.
So I think it's heavily skewed.
Hell
I
no.
think it's heavily skewed. Why?
For the sake of time, we're not gonna get on Game Pass because I'll probably go off on Game Pass. But I'm not gonna go there because oh my god, bro, I hate Game Pass with a like I see the value in it from like a person who, to me, Xbox wants to get people enter in their ecosystem without a hefty price. That's what Game Pass is for. So if you're like, and I'm just using
100%.
this for an example, if you're a family, when you are kind of tight on finances, what I'm saying, you can go buy Xbox, Series S, if you can't afford the Series X, right? You pay $15 a month and you get access to Game Pass. But if you are a hardcore gamer and you enjoy these AAA games, really good games, Game Pass ain't it. It just ain't. The quality of games that I enjoy playing do not go to Game Pass, and the problem is even when they do create a AAA title, how are they
It's
going
old
to?
games.
Yeah, how are they going to profit off the game? Think about it. Halo is 500. Its budget is 500 million. When are they possibly
That's
going to make
crazy.
profit
Yeah.
off of Halo? You know what I'm saying? So and again, it's not necessarily attempting to downgrade Down Pass or a Game Pass, but I just do not see the value in it as a hardcore gamer. You know what I'm saying? Someone who loves who loves the Returnals, the Last of Us, the God of Wars, like those games they're not going to Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? But I know I said I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I said it anyway.
No, go ahead. I'll say as a
No,
developer.
it's a good point. Yeah.
So
No,
how do you
Oh,
feel about this, Deli, as a developer? Like, because like, do you think it's good that Microsoft is giving like a bag up front and like?
No,
you know,
I think it's freaking terrible. I think Game Pass
Okay.
and subscription passes are just absolutely a hot
It
dog water
devalues it, right?
for game
Yeah.
developers, because you have to think about it like this, right? As a game developer, when I was at Ubisoft, I was working a butt ton of hours, right? I'm on salary, right? If I make $100,000 a year on salary, and it doesn't matter if the game bombs or doesn't bomb, I get paid. But the problem with it is that you cannot count subscription numbers for people who buy the game. If you have a solid number within launch window, which is, the launch window or release window for a video game in the AAA industry is about anywhere between 3 to 6 months, depending on how big the title is. So for Watch Dogs Legion that I was on, our launch window or release window is about 4 months because we expected it to last throughout the holidays. It came out in October and then go all the way through December, right? And then we support the game. But our release window was 4 months if it went onto Game Pass. And we counted viewership or people who played the game. It doesn't matter if you played the game 1 hour or you played the game 100 hours. We benefit very little from that, right? But if you pay the $60, we get that money regardless. At the end of the day, the point of a game developer not wanting to put their game on Game Pass is simply because the IP needs to continue. You don't see God of War, you don't see Ratchet and Clank, you don't see Gran Turismo, you don't see these games that are critically acclaimed, Uncharted, on Game Pass because we need the money, we need the numbers to prove to investors that this series is valuable. There's value in this, right? But you see games like Skyrim, you see games like, smaller indie games on Game Pass because they get the bag up front. But you have to think about it like this, right? If I'm an indie game developer and I don't expect it, right? So when I was pitching my game to EA, they gave me a 88-12 split with a funding of $150,000 and they own the IP. I only get $150,000 up front. If they put it on EA Pass, they own that title. If they put it on EA Access, I don't get any money from EA Access. It doesn't matter. I just get the $150 up front, and mind you, and then whatever 12% of sales that I get, which is basically nothing. If it sells 200,000 copies, I make what? $120,000. The bag up front that they gave me was $150, so I only made $270, and that's not 200,000 people buying it like tomorrow within the month. That's 200,000 people buying it within, I don't know, over the course of 3 years. So if you split that up into 3 years, $120,000 is $40,000 a year. That's an entry-level job. That's a cop. A cop makes $45,000 a year.
Fact.
So it's
less in Florida.
Yeah, and
30 a year. Yeah.
And if I spent 6 years to make this game and EA only gave me the $150 up front,
Slap in the face.
yeah, that's like $20,000 a year. That's not it. So to me, I think that the value of Game Pass is for people who want to get into gaming that already have pre-existing games, right? Because now you can finance the Xbox, and everything through the Microsoft website. So I actually really like Game Pass as a consumer because I want people to have video games. Because, growing up in my household, I only got one AAA game a year. So I had to pick and choose which one I got. If I was growing up, if I was 14 this year, it would be a hard choice between Ratchet and Clank or Call of Duty because all my friends have Call of Duty at school or this or that, right? I get one choice. But with Game Pass, it's like I can play all the games that have come out these last couple of years, which is fine. But as a developer, I dislike Game Pass. I dislike Stadia. I dislike all these subscription services. Do I understand why Outriders came out at $60? I do. Do I support it? That's a completely different opinion. My opinion differs whether or not I'm a consumer or a developer. But if you ask me for a developer standpoint, I dislike Stadia. I dislike Game Pass. I dislike things like Netflix, you know, because
like for me, to be honestly, Game Pass is like a way for me to test out the game before I buy it. Most of the time, like I'm thinking of buying Humankind because I tested it out on Game Pass. So
Mhm.
I'm thinking of buying Humankind on Steam because the Steam
Mhm.
support, like I agree with Stars over there who turned around and said the Steam support from games is freaking amazing, right? And also the fact is that like I want to fund the developers because they get money from my pocket so that they can invest it into the game itself so that they can improve it, fix a lot of things, and then afterwards deliver it to me, right? So the main reason why I use Game Pass is just to test out games, to be honest with you. 100%.
Right, but you can't deny the value of Game Pass. Like, it is getting better,
Oh,
each
no,
month.
don't get me
No,
wrong. I'm not denying the value of the Game Pass. I'm just saying, like, for me, this is a great way for me to test out games before I
Mhm.
can
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
invest. Do you know what I mean?
Or the best thing Game Pass has is that $1 for the first month, and then you can cancel.
to me, I think Game Pass,
Straight
like
up.
any subscription service, and I'm sure Strictly can agree with me, is that they bank on the fact that you use it like a gym membership and you just forget about it.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
Yeah.
probably
the
it.
the 15.99. If you don't download the game, if you don't ping their service any, and you don't cost them that, any money to run the servers or whatever, then it's perfectly fine. It's NBD. They don't have to pay royalties to devs, because
Yeah.
like per play, I mean, like Microsoft pays these devs like what, 10 cents on the hour?
Wow.
Like that's like nothing, dude. That's like less than Spotify, you know? So I just feel like I said, a lot of the reason why the games on Game Pass are the games that they are because the devs have already made money on them. Or you have
Mhm.
the situation like Epic Games where Epic Games gives you the money up front and that's it. There's nothing wrong with that at all, So if the development cost is 500 million for Halo, which is a first party studio, so that comes out of Microsoft's pocket already, the Xbox Studio game division. So it doesn't really matter. Like Xbox runs in the red 24/7 and Microsoft does not care. So
Yeah.
Halo running in the red NBD. But like let's say Skyrim 2 comes out and they pay $10 million for Sky, they give $10 million up front or $100 million up front to Bethesda to put Skyrim on Game Pass, and then what?
Yeah.
What does Bethesda do with that money now? Cool, they got the 100 million, and then they get what, 10 cents on the hour?
And it leads to a different conversation of like the overall umbrella, but that's another topic for another day.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, I know
Yeah,
Microsoft
yeah.
owns, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah, yeah,
but,
yeah, yeah.
as an example, if you were to give, if you were to, if you were to put GTA on Game Pass, like, Rockstar's gonna laugh at you and be like, "No, I'm good." You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah, yeah. That ain't happening at all for
Yeah.
GTA.
Right.
All right, so moving on here, I did want to talk about the Gamescom conferences. And so let's start with the Xbox showcase, and that was a sleeper of a show. But I did want to go over some good highlights. So they did show off a new trailer for The Gunk, and I think this is an interesting game. It's an interesting indie. It's kind of like Astroneer meets kind of has like a you're exploring the world. There's some enemies you get to come across. It's kind of like a Astroneer, No Man's Sky type of thing. But it looks like you do traverse into some dungeons as well. So how do you guys feel about The Gunk?
Haven't even heard of it.
I haven't, to be honest with you. Yeah, I was about to say I haven't heard of it. I mean, it's something that I didn't even come in hit in my radar, to be honest with you. So
Or
I
even knowing about the event.
yeah.
I swear to you, until you brought it up right now, I didn't even know it existed. Straight up, like, that probably was like, wow. Did y'all hear something? Like,
Yo, man. Oh my God, bro.
Hey,
I
all
came
you need,
across a
hey,
tweet
all you,
on Twitter saying that there was a Gamescom happening, and I was there like, well, I didn't even know
All
that.
you need to know is that it's a day one exclusive for Game Pass. So they
Like,
obviously don't care about it.
what are they doing, bruh, at Xbox, man? Like, I just do not understand. Like, they are dropping the ball a lot. Like, you have a
I think a
lot of
lot of what they're doing
opportunities.
is reactive.
Yeah, it's just the problem is man, like they're not. They definitely have a top an executive management problem. Like they're not giving developers the correct direction. They're not letting their developers create, what they do best. Create, they develop games and stuff. But they're not giving the opportunity to really like push the bar on that. You know what I'm saying? And like I just feel like at the end of the day, man, Xbox is they're wasting opportunity. Like how do you how do you go the whole first year of your launch of your next gen system without a AAA exclusive, and then you have these shows,
Right?
and then you still don't show the games? Like they really had the audacity to show Halo multiplayer CGI trailer and not actual gameplay. Like who does that? You know what
But
I'm
I'll be
saying?
real with
Yeah,
you.
that's definitely
After Age
sus
of
on.
Empires, I stopped playing. I stopped paying attention.
Yeah.
Bro,
After that.
it's crazy. You know the worst part? We expected it. That's the crazy part. We expected it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on, bro. Like, geez.
Like
You bring up a
like
great point. Like
So
like considering it's so close after the launch of their new console, it is mind blowing that within the first like calendar year, they haven't hit you with something amazing. Just something to be like, yo, this is why you should buy our shit.
Yeah,
Like
like,
it's just like, it's
you know,
okay.
yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
So even in our E3 episode, Joker did allude to this. He was complaining that there was no wow factor for Xbox even after that showcase, the E3 show, and the E3 show was way better than this Gamescom event. So is there anything you want to add to this Joker with
to
the
be honest with you, like I heard about E3, the whole entire thing, and that's why I watched it because there was a buzz going on about it, and I was there like, all right, cool, I'll watch it. I'll see what new shit they're gonna be releasing out. Let's see if this top level games are gonna be actually being showcased over here and everything like that. So I watched it, and I was disappointed with it completely. But I didn't even hear about the freaking Xbox Gamescom, right? Like, bro, there's no buzz about it. First of all. Second thing is like I just feel like Xbox is trying to achieve this one up above this whole console war that's going on over here, right? They just want to come up in this
Yeah, reactive.
gaming industry, and it's they like I'm not down for that, to be honest with you. I'm tired of just watching all this console war fighting thing going on Twitter, and I'm just like, trolls are gonna be trolls. People are never gonna stop complaining about shit. Like, just get over with it. I'm just want to see what new games is available for me to enjoy. I just want to be like doing something that's more productive, and like if it comes on Steam, I know
Bro,
about it.
showcases should not be for DLC. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna throw it out there.
no.
Bruh,
Like having most
yeah,
of the
so many
showcase filled with like, hey,
DLC
there's
announcements, bro.
DLC,
Like,
DLC for a game
Oh,
we already got,
it
and
was
it's like,
like
bro,
that.
what you,
It was like
bro?
that.
bruh.
Like 80% of it was DLC.
And the worst part, the worst part is you're showing DLC for State of Decay 2 when State of Decay 3 is in development. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, at the end of the day, it's expectations, yo. Like, and somebody explained this a while back that I really thought about and it makes sense. When you look at an Xbox showcase, you cannot have crazy expectations because what happens if you compare it, you're inevitably going to compare it to Sony's event, right? But Sony's quality is so high. You know what I'm saying? So your mindset for Sony's events is different from what Xbox is. So you can't go into thinking, oh, well, I'm hoping they show a bunch of bangers like Sony, because you're gonna be you're gonna be let down right then and there at
Yeah,
that
I mean,
moment. You know what I'm saying?
I was let down mainly because of that aspect because I was expecting like Sony delivered such a great what was it, state of play.
Yeah.
mhm.
The whole entire showcase was amazing because I was like, oh, okay, this is a new games that's coming out. This looks interesting. There was always something to be curious about, like to see what's gonna come out next, right? Because they first showed the trailer, then they showed a little bit of gameplay, and so forth. But then
Yeah.
afterwards, I just watched the game, Xbox One, and I was just like, okay, I want to see the similar kind of an aspect because I want to be sold. Because don't get me wrong, I love gaming in general. I don't care if you're an Xbox fanboy. I don't care if you're a PlayStation fanboy. If I want to buy that product, I will buy it. I don't need anyone.
The only thing I might buy after that showcase is their new Forza controller.
I knew you were gonna say a controller. Just call it just call that shit controller pass, man. Call it controller pass. Like
that's the only thing I want after that. Low-key. That's it.
This Forza controller.
Look it up. It's like old school clear neon, like in the 90s, see-through plastic sort of vibe.
That joint tight, but they literally show a controller every event, bro. It's like, yo, like I get we know you have
You're not wrong. Yeah.
We know you have control. You got controllers on lock for days.
But think of it like this. If you guys get a chance to peep that trailer, if you haven't, do so for the controller specifically, right? That trailer for the controller is so fucking well made. That shit blew my mind. That, like, low key, I expected Optimus Prime to show up at the end of this fucking trailer. Like, it was so well. And then I look at the rest of it and I'm like, oh, all right. So they got trailer for they got DLC for Sea of Thieves. That's kind of cool, I guess. They got Wasteland 3 DLC. Oh, okay, all right, cool.
PlayStation got us out here like crack kids, bro. Like when they show up, like it's going look, man. It's gonna look like Coachella on Twitter.
You know something's about to pop as soon as
when they announce the next Sony event, Twitter's literally going crazy. It's gonna be like Coachella, bro. It's just gonna be fucking.
It's about 50 bands. Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking. It's gonna be crazy.
All I know is that when I saw the gunk day one on Game Pass, I know one thing's for damn sure. I know that the developers needed the production cost to be covered for the game. So, and that's all.
So they sold out.
I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know.
You know, a game is on Game Pass before they even say it. Like most of the games coming, you be like, I know that's going on Game Pass.
Every time I watch the trailer from Xbox, exclusive trailers, right? And as soon as I watch the whole entire thing, the first thought process is like, I bet it's going to say exclusive day one on Xbox Game Pass. Straight up, like
I'll be real with you. I watched some games and I'm like, yeah, I hope to God they put that shit on Game Pass because I'm not paying money for it.
And you got to think about it like this: Microsoft probably, let's say Microsoft paid, the guys like $100 million, whatever the production cost is. The production cost maybe like costs, $10 million to make the game, so they paid them $12 million, and the developers are happy. Everybody gets paid. They get to make a game for free, and they get.
And now Microsoft milks it for the next 10 years.
Yeah, and then Microsoft's just kind of like, all right, throw it in Game Pass. Like, who cares? And like I said, when I saw that it was a day one for Game Pass, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
That's like that. It's like the developers are expecting it to not be a hit.
It's like going to a board meeting and be like, hey, I got an idea, and straight away they're like, we're gonna put that on Game Pass. Is cool with that? Yeah.
Is it cool if we make if we just operate in the green for just a little bit?
and that's the thing, bro, and that's the main thing that kind of worries me, especially when I hear something about Xbox. Like the expectations levels that I have. I watched a PC gaming event. I'm not lying to you, and that shit was more entertaining for me than the Xbox game E3, whatever it was that they hosted. And I was there like, yeah, damn. I'm going to be investing on all these. Most of the game, like 70% of the games on the PC gaming event that they showcased, I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to buy this because it just looked cool. The way they sat down with the director of the game and the publisher of the game, and then afterwards they were asking questions like, what are you going to be doing in the future? Is this what it's going to be providing? This, that, and everything. Like they were throwing the right questions to the developers so that they can answer it correctly, and we know exactly what we're expecting. And all I saw on E3 was the CEO of Microsoft sitting there and be like, oh, I'm so looking forward to it. We now own Bethesda Studios, and these are all the games that's gonna be on Game Pass. Bam, end the story. Like that was the highlight, I guess you can say. For that. And oh yeah, highlight also second highlight was Halo. Great, another fucking Halo game. Oh, Horizon. Okay, that looks cool. Racing game. It looks interesting. But if it was something like a Gran Turismo kind of game, I'm sorry, I'm not going to put money into it.
That's fair.
Yeah. Pretty much the entire show led up to the Horizon 5, Forza Horizon 5, and it looks like that's the main draw of the show, which is pretty disappointing. But I did want to go into another game here. So I think the indie scene, honestly, for Xbox is looking pretty good. So we also have another pretty interesting indie called Stray Blade. I think this is like a indie version of Neo, like Neo with Souls vibe. It is some really good animations there and some interesting boss enemies. So this looks like another interesting game for Game Pass.
It looks like a mobile game that they put on Game Pass.
Does it? I'm watching the trailer right now. It looks. Yeah.
When does this come out?
Yeah.
When does this game
I don't
come
know.
out?
Yikes, that one I have to. I have no idea.
I just asked because it just always says game development, but the game goes to Game Pass.
Planned release date is 2022. It's not on. It's not out there. I don't think there's a set. Yeah. There isn't even a system of parts yet, so I guess it's still deep in development.
I need some games from Xbox, bro. I mean, I'm ready for Forza though. You know what I'm saying? I already pre-ordered that Ultimate Edition. Ready day one. Hop on. I joined my boy Nate in the chat. He already know we're gonna be on that joint.
Yeah, I'm a Gran Turismo guy, so I have my racing setup is all about Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Gran Turismo too, but I'm Gran Turismo.
It's hard, bro.
You gonna put the shit out of me now? I ain't gonna sit here and lie.
I'm terrible at that shit.
I've never got first place in Gran Turismo in my life. Second place at best.
Bro.
It was mind blowing.
I thought I knew how to drive a car until I played Gran Turismo.
All you gotta do is watch some gang on F1 Netflix show joint. Real quick.
Alright, so yeah, it was a pretty sorry, what was that window?
Oh no, you're good. I was gonna say before we move on about this showcase of them, I just wanted to say, like, my highlight was a controller, but I just want to say it was a reskinned controller. Like, that still has nothing on the DualSense 5 or whatever you want to call it.
Yo, I can't like this, man.
No, I'm telling you, like, the highlight was 100% the controller, but it's still not a better controller.
That's how I knew.
It blows my mind, bro.
I haven't been paying attention to Gamescom, but when you just said the highlight for me was I already know I'm not
Nah, you didn't. I played Sea of Thieves and I wasn't even excited for the DLC. Like I was not excited about anything that got announced except that controller. Yeah, just cause hey man, they hit me with the car vibes. Cause again, I like you guys. I like Forza. I like Gran Turismo. I love my cars in real life. Y'all know this. As soon as I saw that, bro, I was like, hey, I see what they did there. They got like the spinning, vibrating motor thing, and they made it seem like a little piston in the thing. They're like, yo, they're pulling on heartstrings right now.
Yo, it looks like chat. It looks like chat trying to take some L's in Forza, man. I will buy the game. I will buy the game on PC.
It's crazy though, man, because like this year, Battlefield and Forza both is gonna be my first time playing those games. Like,
for real?
Like because I just built my PC like S&8. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally just built my PC. I finished it maybe like 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? But I just upgraded because I had a 6900 XT. I just got my hands on a 3090, so I installed that.
Hey, 3090 gang.
Yeah, man. So y'all already know, like, I'm ready to hop on Forza, Battlefield. Y'all already know the vibes. So, yeah, it's my first time really hopping on for lunch. So, I'm ready.
Cool. I want to own one of the 3090s.
And look, and you know what? Check this out, because Nate and Bam Bam don't Those are my guys
Right, me and my
there.
1080 over here.
But they don't get it twisted. I'm gonna smoke the shit out my guys, bro.
I'm here for it.
Don't
I'm here
get
for
it
it.
twisted. Them are my
get that.
guys. I fuck with them the long way, but they gonna get smoked when it comes to booting up Forza.
All right, all
get
right,
twisted.
bet. All right, I'll buy it. I'll buy
Yeah,
it.
you already know, man. We on that joint day one with the Ultimate Edition. They already know the vibes we on.
Gee. It is crossplay too, so let me pull up.
I'm selling my 6900 XT, man. I know you just
for real?
said you had it. Yeah, I'm selling that. Just
Hey, Window,
Or-
you're trying to get rid of that 1080?
I mean, I'll be real with you, bro. I want to upgrade, but I'm like, it's like Old Faithful right now. I'm just waiting till it blows.
I felt
I
that.
feel that.
Hey man, as a
Feel
person who
that.
owns a
Shout out to
3090,
Bam,
it's kind of nice.
Alright, don't rub
Not
it in
bad.
even more.
Right?
Wow, this man
Yeah.
flexing, man.
Yeah, both
Too
of them
much-
are
too much
straight flexing
moolah
like,
with
oh,
this."
I got 3090s, bro. Come at me.
Hey, the 3090 is a hot card.
I see below you. Come up
Get
to
a
me on
3080
level.
Ti. Get a if you know, bang for your buck. Get a 3080 Ti if you can find
Tell
one.
you,
in
man.
stock.
If you really need one, I told you I'm gonna sell you
Fine,
my
bro.
joint. I got you, yo.
All right, so yeah, it was a pretty snooze fest of a show for Xbox, and I feel like they're playing it too safe because we still don't know many of the IPs of what they're coming out with next year. Hopefully they do show something, you know, soon for like Hellblade 2 and some of their other popular IPs that's coming out. But moving on here, we'll be moving on to Gamescom Day 2. And so I just want to go through the highlights real quick. So we have an announcement of Marvel's Midnight Suns. This is a tactical RPG by Firaxis Games. And I was a huge fan of the XCOM series. Like I put in a ton of hours into XCOM and XCOM 2. And this looks pretty interesting. We have, you know, from the cinematic trailer, we have characters like Doctor Strange. We have Ghost Rider, and a few other characters show up later. And so I'm just gonna read the excerpt. So we have Earth's mightiest heroes unite with the brand new hero, the Hunter, to defeat the mother of demons, Lilith, in a new tactics RPG in the Marvel Universe from Firaxis Games. Marvel Midnight Suns releases in March 2022.
Right.
So how do you guys feel about a tactics RPG with the Marvel characters?
Bro, you just mentioned two of my favorite things, right? Strategy game and Marvel, right? I'm down to fucking play this game. Let's go. Right, I'm down to play this game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it, only because like I love playing, you know, things like Humankind and Civs and all of this kind of thing. So, yeah, and you put mix in Marvel with this with all your characters. Yeah, bro, get me in. I'm ready for this. Right, and especially if there's a multiplayer option, bro. You know I'm gonna be trying and flexing on this shit.
It ain't for me, boss. This ain't me.
Okay.
I'm passing on that.
All right.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I'm definitely past.
Yeah,
But
I mean it's definitely for a niche audience. You know, I was a fan of Gears Tactics as well, so you know you gotta be interested into the tactics games. It's not gonna be for everyone, and
Hey.
but you know it is pretty interesting for those who are interested in those tactics like games.
Let me just
They-
dragging into this shit. I'll be like, hey, you're playing Marvel Tactics with me. Let's go.
The
I
day
don't know,
two,
bro. I'm huge on strategy, but I'll be real with you. I've been already baited way too many times by Marvel games in the past with it's strategy, it's this, and then I play it and I'm like, it's shit.
It's a gotcha game.
No, but the only
What were you gonna
reason
say?
why I'm actually I'm looking forward to this game is because it's developed by Firaxis, right? So that's the main
Mhm.
reason why I'm even looking at it in first place. If it was some other developer saying, "Oh, I'm creating a Marvel's Tactics game," I will look at the gameplay first and then make my conclusion based on that. But because it's Firaxis developing this game, I'm like, yeah, this is worth a try to look out for, because they actually have a really good tactical RPG games under their belt,
History.
and this is one thing like I really hope it's not how you put it as, and you get baited into it. Like seriously, so
Like, just
I,
give me, just
yeah.
give me a Marvel Command and Conquer, and I'll play that shit.
I mean, this, that would be dope too. That would be dope. But yeah, this one, I played XCOM games, and I enjoyed that to the whole. And this one is gonna be my kind of a niche too, where I'll be just sitting there and I'll be like, hey, if I can control Captain America, Iron Man, and begin Doctor Strange on the other side, I'm like, yeah.
Well,
tactical.
when it comes out, I will be expecting a review.
Yeah, definitely. I'll give you a review direct, and I won't be buying it on Game Pass or anything, because that shit. Because I bought most of my games, especially with 4 Axis games, on
Yeah.
Steam straight away.
Mhm.
So, and that's the one thing that I'll always be going back on, because they are one of the studios that I like heavily invested in before. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I think when it comes to presentation, like Firaxis does a really good job, and especially in XCOM 2, those animated cutscenes are like really well done. So, it looks like this game will be very, very interesting to see, what they'll be coming out with the Marvel Universe.
Mhm.
And yeah, so moving on here, we're gonna be moving on to the next highlight, which I think it's a pretty good, interesting campaign with COD Vanguard. And it looks like Treyarch, they saw the smoke from Battlefield 2042, and they had to like come out with
Is it Treyarch or
with
is
the
it
Fire
Sledgehammer?
campaign.
Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer.
right?
Sledgehammer.
Skill-based matchmaking is still a thing, so it really doesn't even matter.
Didn't Treyarch make the last one? Yeah. Black Ops. Black Ops
Black Ops,
Cold
yeah,
War
yeah,
just
yeah,
came
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it is
Yeah.
Sledgehammer this time around.
Yeah, it is.
All right, cool.
It looks fire, but we know we're not playing it for the campaign, bro. I mean, not saying people won't, but
Has there
we're
gameplay? Has
playing
there been gameplay?
not for
No,
multiplayer.
no,
But
no.
honestly, man, we don't really need. I want to like it, you know what I'm saying? Like just because of the potential, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is with Call of Duty is the game design. You know what I'm saying? They're designing the multiplayer element of the game for casuals. That's why, that's why the mounting is coming back. And not only can you mount now, but you can slide the gun when you're mounting. You still have windows and they're like, oh well, you could, blow up the doors or whatever it may be. But now you can hide behind cover and still shoot your gun. You know what I'm saying? So you can cover so and there's are going to be camos associated with with gun camos and stuff. So it's just I hate the game design, bro. Like if they come out and say right now, I believe it came out already actually that dead silence is not a perk. It's a field upgrade. So at that point in time, you know what the multiplayer is going to be like because they're catering the game to casuals, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to like the game. They got some good content. It looks really good. They got 20 maps at launch, and all of that good stuff. They're putting anti-cheats in the game. But the problem is they still have the same skill-based matchmaking system. They're still making maps cater to casuals, and all of that. So unfortunately, I'm passing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just ready for Battlefield.
So,
yeah.
do you think the campaign will be short in this one as well? Like, you think it's only going to be about like 4 or 5 hours for?
Absolutely, because they're not crazy enough to put a lot of resources in a campaign, bro. Most of their funds come
Also, their
from
money is going to be PvP. Yeah.
yeah. So they would be crazy to put a crazy amount into the campaign. They're not going to do that.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I was
agree,
just
and,
wondering because, like, it seemed like they put a lot of effort into the campaign.
and that's
With
the thing.
with the unique gun animations and
But you also have to
Here's a-
think
here's a-
that they're gonna hire different people to work on the multiplayer as well too. So
Like-
let's say Sledgehammer has 200 people, like 150 of them work on campaign, and then 50 of them, and then High Moon, Treyarch, and then and Ravens, a software work on the multiplayer. So it could be a split between both, but the biggest problem with that is that there's always a disconnect between multiplayer and campaign. Like campaign, you got all this cool stuff, and then you hop into multiplayer, and none of the guns that you used in the campaign are in the multiplayer.
True.
And the focus is on Warzone anyway.
Yeah, so
Like, you know what I'm saying?
we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, it looks amazing though. I mean, but we anticipated to I mean, every Call of Duty, every showing, every year looks great. You know what I'm saying? We already know it's gonna look good. So, for me, again, it just comes down to the multiplayer. And again, I mean, you get to shoot from cover nowadays. You get the mount and everything. So it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Because they're kicking out the hardcore fan base, and it's crazy because I didn't play Call of Duty until Black Ops 4, not online. I used to play the campaign. You know what I'm saying? Keep moving. But I started getting into the multiplayer game, and I kind of got better. I mean, like I really got good at multiplayer, and now they penalize you for it with this whole crazy skill-based matchmaking system. So it's just like it's just unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all about money at the end of the day. The casuals going out spending money on microtransactions. That's why they're making billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? And it's at the expense of the hardcore fan base, man. So it's unfortunate. But again, it
Yeah.
looks good. It looks good though.
yeah. Just from the gameplay trailer that you have up on screen, Crow, like it looks promising. Like every year that Call of Duty comes out, it looks promising. It always does. But we'll see how, like Strictly says, we'll see how the support goes for it. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody coming to school, ain't nobody coming to work talking. Hey yo, Strictly, man, that campaign was hot, bro. I replayed that shit. Hey yo, I replayed that again. No, bro. No, nobody's.
What time you hopping online?
Yeah,
know
what
I'm saying?
time you
Like,
hopping online?
yeah, you
I
already
have
know.
to like. I don't even think I played the campaign for the last 2 games.
I didn't. I played 2019 one, but that was it.
I didn't even play the campaign. I strictly hopped straight in the online. I have 0 hours in the campaign for Modern Warfare 2019.
Like
Yeah,
a lot
cause
of,
yeah,
like I'll honestly tell you, like every time I see a trailer for Call of Duty, I know straight away that it's a campaign trailer. It's not going to show me any
absolutely.
kind. It's not going to show me any kind of a multiplayer trailer or anything like that to say like, oh, this is what you're going to be expecting. But like, if you look at the quality of the trailer, right? It's in high resolution, the guns, the whole scoping, the whole like walking around with the soldiers, and then afterwards trying to burst the door open, and then showing all these kind of crazy gadgets that you can use and everything. But I know, like I agree with Strictly, I know that I won't be able to do the same thing on multiplayer. I will
Man.
never be able to use the similar guns that they're showing off over there on multiplayer. I won't be able to use a particular kind of how do you call it, tactical element gadget that they might have on a multiplayer, because then they will think that it's OP as hell, right? So they're gonna probably nerf it. But I agree, it's all catered to the casual gamers, and that's why I haven't invested a single Call of Duty game on my PC. It's only on my console. Right? When my homies come around, like we take turns on playing PvP because we're just trying to kill some time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it's
and
just my opinion.
yeah, and for any shooter coming out, it will be very hard to compete against Battlefield 2042. The moment they announced that there'll be no campaign for Battlefield, a lot of people were skeptical about it. But once they showed off the fire, like multiplayer, like the open maps you can do in that game, like it's just insane. What you
Like
can do with Battlefield. So
like the
We were
one thing
arguing
about
about that the other day.
the one thing about Battlefield that's actually like I'm really looking forward to is the whole open world battle simulation that's happening right now. And then there's like a literally there is environment destruction and destructive environment that's going on at this point as well, right? And like I enjoyed playing Battlefield 3, the last Battlefield game that I played, and I really loved that game so hard. And then afterwards, that was when I was using a potato PC, right? I
Yeah.
was using a potato PC, and it worked. It worked great. I was playing with my homies, and I was not able to do the same thing on a console because it just didn't feel right. But playing it on PC, yeah, I'll definitely play it. I'm looking forward to the 2042 because there are 3 game modes, I believe, in that game, and they all look different and unique in its own perspective. So it's interesting to see what they're going to bring to the table. But if you ask me, or like invest money on Call of Duty Vanguard, no.
I
Trailer looks
probably will
hype.
skip.
Yeah.
I probably will skip Call of Duty this year, like I did last year.
Yeah, I'm skipping, man. It's funny because we had this debate earlier. I want to say last week. Because there was this big there was this big conversation about on Battlefield them not having the campaign, and people were saying it was $70, but it came with less content. And I'm telling them no, that's wrong, because they're not spending the resources on a campaign and are giving it to you in Portal.
Yeah,
So
that's
with that
facts. Yeah.
being said, if they had a campaign, would they have been able to develop Portal? More than likely not. I'm not a developer, I'm not an investor, but I don't think I really need to be to kind of see that. So when we're talking about multiplayer, is different. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at it from a there's a campaign, there's a multiplayer, and all that. You can't, because most people are invested in multiplayer. So you want to put more aspects in multiplayer for people to go to. Portal's literally going to change the game in regards to multiplayer. You could go in there and create whatever game mode you want with whatever factions you want in Battlefield. On top of that, they're giving you the large conquest, the small conquest, the new hazard zone, and stuff like that. So I think they really got it right on this. It just, they need to have that anti-cheat system in place. And you're not going to ban all hackers. That's not really possible. But you got to make sure you consistently get them out the game so it's not plagued with hackers.
Let me make it very very clear to you, right?
Yeah.
You got on PC, there is an anti-ban, like anti-cheat system that you can easily implement for most of the games out there, right? On a console, you can do a similar thing, but
Yeah.
on a console, there is only one big major difference. A controller like this can be modded so easy that doesn't even get tracked and detected onto the system, right? How the hell is that software going to capture this freaking modded controller that, oh, he's using a modded controller? No, that's not going to work. But on a PC, it's easily detectable, right? Because it's directly connected to a USB cable, right? Or if you have a wireless, whatever it is, all the information, the signals that it sends over there, it can be easily tracked. On a console, you can't do that, right? And I have seen literally one of my homies who's got a PlayStation 4 controller, right? And he's got this little dongle that connects to the end of it.
The Cronus Max or Cronus.
Yeah, Cronus Max, something like that. And he can literally connect it. And that shit allows him to have no recoil at all.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've been cheating on console now. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what people fail to realize. Like, bro, we was playing Battlefield 5 the other day, and like I said, I just started Battlefield, so I played Battlefield 5 just to kind of get used to just Battlefield in general. And somebody on the other squad went 119. You know what I'm saying? So they're cheating. Like you're not going 119, bro. Like you're not.
Like those are the kinds of numbers. Unless you're a fucking god, those kind of numbers don't fucking happen.
Yeah. But it's messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because people cheat. To be good, and I don't see the point of it. But it's just unfortunate. But at the end of the day, man, like I hope EA just really limits the amount of cheaters. Don't be like Warzone, because we know there's gonna be cheaters in that game, but there is a huge difference between knowing there's cheaters and then there's Warzone. So it's like
Dang.
All right, so moving on here. So we also have a game by Pearl Abyss, and this one caught me off guard, like with all the kids going in this Matrix-like world. So Pearl Abyss, they did make Black Desert, which is the MMO, and they are pretty talented, Korean developers. And so I'm just gonna read the excerpt of this game. So Doki V is a creature collecting open world action adventure game where players collect whimsical creatures called Dokabi. These legendary creatures from Korean mythology and folklore live harmoniously together with humans and helps encourage dreams from which they gain strength. Doki V encourages an open playstyle and exploration. So it looks like it's a huge open world you get to explore, and you get some interesting powers. So it kind of reminds me of like Infamous in a way, where meets kind of like a Monster Hunter type of game.
Yeah, it looks like Pokemon and Splatoon put together. Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
Right? I was like, yo, what in the Tamagotchi that I just hear?
Yeah. Like it kind of reminds me of like, okay, Pokemon meets Digimon, but in a world where you can just go around. Cool.
The trailer looks hot. I don't care. The trailer looks hot.
don't get me wrong. As like playing Pokemon player and this, that, and everything is like oh, creatures, collecting creatures. Okay. Is there a new game? No. But yeah,
Like if you look at the detail and the environments, like it looks really polished and like something like you would not expect from like an open world game. Like the level of detail in the world,
Mhm.
like it's just it's crazy to see that.
Yeah, this trailer has has me impressed. It
Yeah.
has the Jet Set Radio vibe to it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
impressed.
agree.
I am.
I like it. I like the trailer. But if the game is gonna be playing that smooth, that's a different story.
We'll see how it actually goes on launch, but like I said, the trailer has me impressed, so my interest is there right now.
Yeah.
I'm scarred. I don't
I
like if the better the trailer looks, the more worried I get now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wha-
It's like that?
Hello, after critical moments like Cyberpunk, I'm like, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not trusting the trailer. That might not even be true gameplay as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know at this point.
Well,
Okay. Yeah. So shout out to Innate in the chat. He says that you can tell someone wasn't in acid. Wait, what did he say? You can't tell me someone wasn't in acid when they made this game.
Yeah, so basically he's
On
trying to say that
acid?
yeah, basically it's like someone must have been really high to be playing
Bro,
like creative.
I'll be real with you. At least during the creative, like, hey, let's sit together and what ideas can we come up with, bro? Hear me
Let's
out.
do this.
it does look.
let's
it does-
combine 100 different elements into one game and make it a game. Let's go.
Definitely not a game that you play under any influence.
True. True.
So
But it
yeah,
looks
Doki
interesting, to be
V. It looks interesting. I'm not sure why they're so fascinated with the toddlers. Not sure why they chose the babies. I think they
Probably make it appealing for kids.
Yeah, and also I can see like kind of telling the consumers out there is they're like, oh, wouldn't you like to be in that nostalgic trip when you were a kid and exploring all this adventure kind of a thing? Like I can see that vibe coming.
Yeah,
up.
we're not having a 32-year-old run around. He got a mortgage and a credit score to worry about,
True.
bro.
True.
Yeah, come on now.
all right, so we also have a final trailer for Sifu, and this game looks absolutely
That
fire.
joint look hot. That joint look hot.
Yeah.
That shit look fire.
Yeah.
I already pre-ordered that joint. I pre-ordered
Sifu
it.
is like a martial arts meets For Honor vibe. Like,
I hope it's good. I really do
down.
hope it's good. Y'all let me know if it's good.
Down.
I pre-ordered that joint. That's a day. Oh man, that's a platinum
That's
that
day
first
one.
week.
Ooh.
Yo, it is
Platinum
like,
first week.
bro,
What an
that
animal. I'd be impressed.
like martial arts meets that world. Well, dope. Definitely.
Seafood's good. Next year is gonna be crazy, though, bro.
They do
2020.
it.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys played Absolver. This game is
That
just,
I was
I
gonna
saw-
say Sifu reminds me of True Crime for some reason.
True Crime Streets of LA.
yeah.
That's an OG game. Not that
Yeah,
many
that's
people
OG.
even
You
know that game
already know.
exists, bro.
You already know.
They'll be like, you
True
mean
Crime.
GTA?
Yeah,
Bust
So
out
he's
the
like,
The
That was
original was
definitely-
True Crime.
yeah, for sure, man. Seafood looks so fire, bro. Like, man, the combat. I'm hoping they nail the combat like Ghost of Tsushima. Like that's what I'm getting the Ghost of Tsushima combat vibes. Like
bro,
carrying different stances, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If they do that, man.
I'll tell you honestly, right? Like, I played Absolver on my PS4, and I really enjoyed playing that. It's got the same For Honor-esque vibe to it, right? You go through looking around, blah blah blah. I really liked the Absolver one because it was different and unique. And this one, it's got the similar thing, but it's different and unique again because it's the whole martial arts thing. And bro,
Yeah,
give me some kung fu shit in there, I'm down.
man, it look crazy, bro. Like parrying's definitely gonna be a huge emphasis on that. And like I said, I really think it would benefit so much, man, if they just take that Ghost of Tsushima approach, man. Because you just got the stances that's good for different, attacks or different enemies or whatnot. And I just think that will work wonders with this game. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But man, it
I
looks
was
fast.
really impressed with the whole combat style of Ghost of Tsushima because when I got that game, bro, I was hooked onto it. I enjoyed playing the whole entire thing. Then they released the co-op version, which I didn't even know. And at this point, I have already sold my PS4, waiting
Oof.
to buy a PS5,
Ooh.
right? And I'm still in queue because in England over here, I still can't get hold of a goddamn PS5, bro.
That's tough, buddy.
Bro, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man. Man, look, when Ghost of Tsushima first came out, man, I woke up in the morning, somehow, yeah. Like I was speaking all type of damn whatever language that shit is. Like you already know, like I just was,
Yo, that was a day. That was a day one buy, bro. Like
Yeah, that was
Right.
as soon as I saw that, I have so many screenshots.
Yeah, no, and not only
fact.
that, like the first thing, like when I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, right? I don't know, but Wu-Tang Clan songs, theme songs started to kick into my fucking brain. So I was listening to Wu-Tang Clan and playing that game at the same time, bro. Oh
I'm
man, I
trying to,
really enjoyed. I
yeah,
really
I'm trying to
enjoyed it.
tell you, I got hella gameplay from this weekend. Like if y'all just go back and look, hella game. I think I uploaded like 5 clips in one day. Like just not playing. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Yeah,
really what it's about at the end of the day, man. Playing these games, yo.
like that game was really interesting with the whole story, immersiveness and the combat style, and yeah, bro, definitely. Like I was even having fun just exploring at one point, just running around the whole entire fields, trying to find friggin' temples, this, that, like, these shrines to get those armor chests and weapons and this,
Really,
that. Bro, I was just having fun just with that.
Yeah,
really think.
I platted that
Oh, go
game.
ahead. Yeah, me too. Really think about it too, because we had got Last of Us 2 the month prior to that. Like you got
Mhm.
Last of Us 2 and then got Ghost of Tsushima the very
Yeah.
next month. Like that's an insane lineup. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look back at it, it's like, yo, damn, like we got
Yeah.
some heat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Like,
crazy, man.
could you imagine
Yeah.
having a multiplayer samurai duel thing, like, bro?
Yeah, I said, man, listen, man, like multiplayer duels and stuff, man, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
yeah, that's gonna be crazy, man. They need to make that happen ASAP.
That they definitely need to make that happen, though.
Man, something, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
debating about buying Ghost of Tsushima on the PlayStation 5 just to play it over again.
I
Oh, yeah?
did. I beat the expansion already.
Oh,
Like,
Was it good?
can't you
yeah, that joint is fire, bro.
don't
I'm gonna have to beat that.
since, like, it's a quick question, because I'm curious. So, the games that you got on your PlayStation, on your PS4, can't you just port it over to PS5? Can't you just reinstall it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Already
it's
in your
already in your
library?
collection. It's already in your library and collection.
yeah. The biggest thing about because there's a bunch of different things that they did for the PS5 version of Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
But apparently the haptics are like really, really good. Really,
They
really
they
good.
I
So
they
can
were.
imagine.
They were.
plus
I
I
can
like the
imagine.
game, so I don't mind buying it again,
Mhm.
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't mind supporting
Haptics,
it again.
the haptics, the 3D audio, the Japanese lip sync was both all really good. I mean, I didn't see a huge difference in resolution just because it already looked crazy on a PS4 Pro. So I figured it was just going to be hard to even see a huge difference in that. So I didn't see like a crazy difference in that. But again, man, way better performance, and all that stuff I just mentioned. So it was definitely worth it. I just bought the game over again. I ain't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because my brother just put his PlayStation 4 disc in and just played it. Just like that. And it runs the standard PlayStation 4 version, so 30 FPS, no frame drops. And
yeah,
you
exactly.
play the game. And then the director's cut it has the DLCs, the additional stuff, and then of course it does come with some small tweaks or whatever it may be. But to me, I mean I support the developers, so I like Sucker Punch, so I wouldn't mind shelling out money to buy it again.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. And
Suck.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if they did a spinoff with Una. I wouldn't mind. I
Mhm.
think that would be something. I think they need to do that. Just
Yeah,
because they can double dip. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know the sequel's gonna go crazy. We already know. But
true.
before that, or after whatever they want to do, just make a little spinoff with Una, and it'll be something compared to like Miles Morales, Lost Legacy, Uncharted, something like that. And that's an easy easy money flip.
Bro,
you know,
I'm honestly
easy
telling
money
you, like
flip.
Sucker Punch, like really surprised me with that game, and I'm so happy that I actually put money into it to buy it. Like, yo, bro,
I want.
I've made my money's worth in that
Yeah,
game.
Ghost of Tsushima was my game of the year last year.
I'm ready for them. I'm ready for them to cause you know they're making a movie or a show or a movie, one of the two.
Are they
Yeah, I
making a
think
movie?
it's
Yo,
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Hey, and check this
yo.
out. The I don't know. I could get the title wrong. I don't know if he produced the director or whatever. But the person who the director for John Wick is the one doing the
no.
Ghost of Tsushima.
All right,
So
all
that
right.
so
I'm
we
not
know
even
that
on.
joint's going. We know
I'm
that
down.
joint's gonna go crazy.
I'm
We know
down.
that
You
joint's
got
gonna go
me
crazy.
on hype
Like
though.
I'm cool.
yeah. So look. So, yeah, Sony going crazy, bro. They already got a Last of Us show. You know what I mean? Like they know what they doing, bro.
Yeah, I
That's
hope
why
the
you
Last of
see.
Us show is actually good.
Me too. That's why you see, you know, them probably partnering Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So now they kind of trying to double
Yeah.
dip in that. You know, there's a lot
And they
going
got
on.
that new Spider-Man joint coming out too.
Yeah, bro. You peeped that dude
Bro.
since after that joint.
So yo,
yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to lose my
so
mind.
yeah, so we do have a little bit of time here, so let's get right into the Spider-Man trailer. So let's go ahead and talk about the new trailer. They did drop a new trailer on August the 23rd, and
Midnight,
so
I'm in there.
I actually was so desperate, I went and found the leak.
Bro, you
And
found it?
I found the.
I got told about it. I couldn't find it
So it was
anywhere,
it was a
bro.
TikTok recording of somebody's phone recording somebody's computer
Huh?
screen, and
Oh,
and the
recording
VFX weren't
Inception.
the VFX weren't finished. So like you could barely make out what was going on, and you could barely hear the dialogue. Bro, I was so thirsty for some new information, man. I was sitting in the break room at work. I'm like, I stared at my phone, man. And then I was like, oh man, this is crazy. And I was telling my brother about it. And then later that night, I was hanging out with my girl, and my brother hits my line and was like, yo, they just dropped it. I said, what are you talking about? He was like, yo, just go on YouTube right now. And so I went on YouTube. There we go, like 39 minutes ago. They just dropped the trailer. I was like, oh man.
Yeah,
I'm in there. Midnight release, bro. Midnight
Bruh.
release.
It was hot.
bro, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
so-
As soon as I watched that trailer, I was like, oh yes, let's go. That Sony really upped the game with you know, just a little footage of it saying like, yo, this is what you're expecting in Spider-Man. Yeah, boy.
I can't wait, bro. Spider-Man's probably like one of my favorite. He's second favorite. Thor is probably my all time. I mean, even though they did him wrong in Endgame, you know what I'm saying? But Spider-Man, you know, that's my thing. Shit, I just got a new Spider-Man statue. Man.
Yeah,
Don't
so
go-
so in
don't-
this
don't go to
trailer,
Smash,
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry,
so in this trailer we have Peter who do you guys know how actually Peter's identity was revealed? Was it in the last movie, at the end of the last movie where
Yeah,
his-
yeah. He
Yeah,
got exposed.
Mysterio.
Mysterio exposed him.
Yeah, I forgot what happened exactly. Okay, yeah, so his identity was exploited. So in this trailer, we have Peter asking Doctor Strange to reverse time to go back to another alternate dimension, from a time where his identity wasn't revealed. And so we see Strange. He opens a dimension of time, and it turns out that he messed up, and he actually opens up a multi-dimensional gate. And we start seeing, variations of different Spider-Mans come in the trailer. And we also see many different
I feel like we
villains.
watched a different trailer, bro. I feel like
Yeah,
me
bro.
and you watched a different
Yeah,
trailer. There were
that's-
different
What do you
Spider-Man?
mean?
Hold up, you tweaking, bro.
Yeah, what? There was different
Like-
Spider-Mans. Like I didn't see. different
Didn't you
Spider-Man.
see that Spider-Man with the Tony Stark suit? Like the
You mean the Iron
So-
Spider suit? That was in the last
Spider-
movie, fam.
That was in the last movie, bro.
Yeah, the nanotech suit. He had that when he went to space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, yo, shorty, you tweaking.
Yeah.
Alright,
No,
alright.
so like my theory on that is it's basically it's you know how I don't know if you guys watched Loki. right?
I ain't seen.
No,
I ain't seen. I ain't
You
seen
ain't
it
seen
yet.
Loki?
I was about
I
to
ain't
say
had time.
you
I ain't had
can't
time, bro. I got 65
you
hours.
can't go into
Bro.
theories without
I
spoiling,
came
bro.
into work. I
Loki.
came into work. I worked.
True,
I done work 3
Yeah,
days this
he
week. I'm at 35 hours, bro.
true,
Like
true. I
I
can't, I
can't.
can't
I
Yeah,
have.
ruin it
his
for you, and
work
I
his
can't
work
ruin it.
I had no
lifestyle is
time.
hectic, bro. That's crazy.
Loki
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
best Marvel show ever, fam.
My brother said like I need to be on that quick.
Yeah, you
You
need
do,
to
man.
watch that. You need to
You
watch
do.
that quick so I can talk to you about it. Yeah.
Best
All
Marvel
right,
show
all right,
ever.
all right, all right.
Don't
I'm
even
about to
check my Twitter.
all right, all right, all right. I'll avoid that shit then.
But yeah, my thing is it's just linked to Loki. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And also, I gotta say, Doc Ock is back, and
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah.
yeah,
Green Goblin.
you know what? In this trailer, I want to see Toby, right, be a Spider-Man, like OG Spider-Man, back, right, into this and be like, hey,
I'm
Peter.
cool if they don't show the boys in the trailer. I'm cool with that. Like I feel like we all know it's gonna happen, right? But I feel like
We hope at least, yeah.
if they just tell us like no, it's not gonna happen, and then we get into it, I think it'll be kind of high. Kind of like how in Endgame with that whole big scene in the end where they kept that all under wraps for the longest time. I want that experience in a movie theater.
True.
True.
And yeah, it's just like and also I saw the Green Goblin bomb, so are they gonna be
Mhm.
bringing back Green Goblin? Ah!
Yeah, and
I'm
Dude, I'll be
you
real
hear
with you.
Willem Dafoe's voice as well. So that's
I thought that
I hope they
I ain't
bring them
gonna lie.
all back,
I ain't
bro.
gonna lie, bro. I thought that was James Franco's voice. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it was.
I mean, I'll be real. I hope not, because the Hobgoblin James Franco was not the best.
He
I
was
think
not my favorite
personally,
thing on planet Earth.
but
No.
dude, I'll be real with you. I'm just waiting for one moment. I'm waiting for Tobey Maguire to have some sort of scene and hit our boy here with this whole "with great power comes great responsibility" bullshit. I'm just waiting for that scene to happen, bro.
I'm an Andrew
I'm just
Garfield guy, so I'm
yeah.
not a
Really?
Tobey
No,
Maguire. Yeah, I really am.
so my
Yeah,
theory
yeah,
on
yeah. I
this.
feel like Andrew Garfield really killed it. Like his acting as Spider-Man, like not as Peter Parker. He's not a good
Yeah, it
Peter
wasn't
Parker,
bad.
but
Yeah, I
his
like
acting
him.
as Spider-Man
I
was
ain't gonna-
really point like
I
on point.
actually like both movies a whole lot, despite all their flaws. I like both movies. I had a lot of fun and I enjoyed them. And Andrew Garfield is not only my Spider-Man, but I think he's also my Peter Parker as well too. I like Tom Holland, I do, but I do think that he's got a lot of Marvel power
Brilliant.
behind him. So I think that it's kind of hard not to like Tom. But I think Andrew Garfield
Yeah.
is how I imagine my Spider-Man would be, if that makes any sense
Like,
for y'all.
for
I'll be
me,
real. They're both better than Tobey Maguire, but Tobey Maguire is still the OG.
Which
You feel me?
I had just had a conversation about this
Like-
recently. I really respect Sam Raimi for making the original movies like as close to a comic book as possible, no matter how cheesy and lame they
Yeah.
are. I think that's
Bro, there was a
kinda
lot
like,
of clutch moments back then, bro. Like they were just little things where, again, it fell off, but then little things where it was just like, all right, yeah, that was kind of lit. All right, I appreciate that.
I fucks with Tom Holland.
That's the OG, bro.
Yeah.
like for me, like I think just the whole fact that I don't know if you guys watch Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse was hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
got a feeling like it's gonna be like a similar scenario where Tobey Maguire in his old fucking spandex, right? Like the original costume, which was hot by the way, because I still prefer that costume compared to all the other costumes that come out.
Ooh, really? I like the
yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man suit.
It's I really
I like
I
both of
still
them actually. I like the
like
second one more.
I can see that like Andrew Garfield coming in and then afterwards be like training Peter to do certain things and things like that. But I might be wrong. But it's just one of my theories. Like, oh, I can just see like they're gonna kill off Toby, like the original
Really? You think
Spider-Man.
so? You think
Yeah,
so?
I feel like he's gonna
Hey,
get killed off.
You think Toby
And
gonna have a beard?
yeah, I think so. It's gonna have a little
That'd be
stubble
weird,
going
bro.
on. Yeah, but I got a feeling like Andrew Garfield is gonna come in and show Peter, like the new Spider-Man, how things are gonna be running and this, that, and everything. And what's gonna happen is, I feel like they're gonna have like a little post credit at the end where Tom Holland will go back into his Marvel universe, and Peter Parker from this universe will carry on collaborating with Venom. the whole series that's gonna go off. Like, because let's just be honest, in the Andrew Garfield one, you got teased with Venom, right? So this whole entire thing that's happening with Venom, Carnage, let there be Carnage, and this and everything is gonna get connected with the Andrew Garfield thing. Like, have its own universe. Sony will have its own universe of
yeah.
Spider-Man, and Tom Holland will be in the Marvel universe of Spider-Man.
hmm
You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that. It's just my theory. I might be wrong, completely way off over here, but I just got a feeling that this would be the great way to go forward, because then Sony can carry on making its own little thing, side note, like saying that this is a completely different universe to the Marvel universe, and yeah, it's just one of those things.
I'm not even gonna lie, my head is completely empty. Like when I watch this trailer, I'm down for whatever they give me. I'm not even gonna lie. I have no theories. I'm just down for whatever. I'm here for it all.
That's how I be feeling. I don't got
I
no
just want to,
theories.
yeah. I just want to
I
be
just-
surprised.
I just want to watch the movie and enjoy the hell out of that shit. That's
Yeah,
it.
because
I'm
it comes
gonna
out
enjoy
like
it.
it comes out in 4 months, like 4 months from today or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's not
I'm
that long of a wait.
excited, bro. I'm gonna be watching that in cinemas straight off the bat.
That's the
Yeah,
first.
I
I'm
mean-
gonna take off work that day.
Bro,
I ain't gonna lie.
like, here's the thing, like, I have this in England, we have this good thing, right? So I have an unlimited cinema card,
Yeah,
right?
I do too.
And then also at the same time, like, there are special theaters that I can't use my unlimited cinema card. So in these theaters, like, it's got a reclining sofa chair that I can just sit down, enjoy my popcorn. They even
VIP?
give me no, it's just, this cinema is just like that from the get-go, and it's a 4D experience. I get a blanket and a pillow that I can just chill out to.
Yeah, if you've
Right.
never been in a theater with reclining seats that sell alcohol, that's it,
Yeah,
bro.
Yo,
That's
bro.
that's like
Right.
peak.
That experience itself is like, yeah, bro, this is the one. So I got like these tickets, like this, what you call ready to buy tickets. So I pre-ordered these tickets, but I can use these tickets on any movies that gets released, and I paid like 20 pound, 25 pound for it. It's worth fucking that money. Take it. I'm just gonna be enjoying that experience. Do you know what I mean? But yeah,
Hell yeah.
especially for Spider-Man, I'll be even enjoying it even more.
All right, sounds cool. And yeah, so now that we have Windu back, I did want to go into Marvel's Eternals. And so, how did you guys feel about this trailer? And there's also a line in there that I wanted to ask a question. So there was a line in the trailer for Eternals where they were asked to not interfere with the Thanos situation.
Yeah. I
So
figured that
so who do you guys think is the Celestial that asked that question? Like who told them not to interfere?
I
for
think
the-
it's
for-
Isan the Searcher, which we saw in Guardians, which I
Yeah.
liked his design in Guardians more than I like in this one. Personal opinion.
Fair dish, fair dish. But yeah, I agree with you, Deli. I think it's Esau. So yeah.
that joint look fire, bro. I'm ready for that. I mean, there's a lot of content just in general coming out, man. If you just into like the whole like whether you in the like anime, whether you in the superheroes, all type, man, just so much stuff coming out, bro. Like, going crazy, man. But Eternals look super fire, bro. And,
I mean,
it
if
was crazy
it's
'cause I didn't watch it when it first came out. I was like, man, I don't know. But then I finally watched it. I said, oh shit, I was slipping.
I mean, if it's not Isan, then it could be the Judge, but we'll
Oh.
see because the Judge is red. So
True. But why exactly do you think it's the judge? Like, do you have a particular reason behind it?
just the
Or is
color
it just the color? Okay.
because Isan's purple.
Yeah.
So and
But then again, it's
we'll see. We'll see
it's-
what actually happens.
Then again, it's the MCU. They could just fucking switch it up and just
Yeah,
mix
yeah.
something. You never know.
Yeah.
So
It's
But I-
Mephisto.
I'm tired of those theories. But I hope it's Isan because I think he's cool, just backpacking around Earth. But if it's the Judge, I mean that's cool too. I'm down for
I'm just
whatever.
looking forward to it. Anyway.
I'm looking forward to. I'm a sucker for all of those scenes, like in Wonder Woman where she does the jump and then the camera follows her. I'm a sucker for all that stuff. So in the scene where like one of the Eternals jumps, I gotta see it now. I was like, I gotta see it now. And I haven't seen. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen Chloe Zhao's films, so I don't know her directing style. But she did win a lot of awards, so I'm assuming that Marvel let her do what she does best.
She has a
Should let her
freedom.
shine.
Because it does look, the color grade and the way it's blocked and film looks very different from other Marvel films. So we'll see how
True.
it goes. And of course the action looks, I mean, like, you know, like Man of Steel, when you have characters that could do all and do everything, like, you know, how do you make the action look, you
True.
know, enticing? Kingo's finger guns, that's all me. That's all me, bro. As soon as I saw that, yeah, when he did that, I was like, all right. I was like, all right, this is it. This is it.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to, even in anime, even in friggin' movies. I'm looking forward to the Star Wars anime as well too. That's gonna be watching.
As soon as I saw Studio Trigger, I was like, I'm done. I'm in.
What's it called? Visions, is it right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Star Wars
I
Visions,
care
bro.
about Star Wars again.
Bro,
I care about Star Wars again.
like literally when I watched that trailer,
For that statement.
I love the art style. I love everything about it. Like there are 6 Japanese studios that's currently involved with this, and those are all, they have all produced my classic animes that I watched and I enjoyed thoroughly. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that one.
All right. So Windu, did you have any thoughts on Marvel's Eternals, the recent trailer?
I mean, I'll be real with you. I just think that with this whole Marvel Phase 4 thing they got going on and how they're leading up to all the different multiverse changes, and I just really think they're going to throw in some random twist of, hey, King the Conqueror is the one that's behind all this stuff also, and it's some random twist. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it because, like Deli said, I get Man of Steel vibes off of it. I get like really good production quality looking at it. Like, you know how sometimes we see films even with high budgets and you're like, you know, like something as simple as like certain camera angles honestly attracts a viewer like me. I'm like, yo, if they took that much effort to just film that one scene, I wonder how the rest of the whole fucking movie is gonna be like. So I'm excited, but I'm also worried because Marvel does take the liberty of twisting little things to kind of fit their MCU narrative, like the whole movie universe. So I can easily see them just twisting some shit and then be like, well, this is what the Eternals are like now, and this is the twist that we're gonna do. And I don't know, a little worried on that side, just as a purist, but probably real. If they give creative freedom to directors, I support it wholeheartedly because one of the best things that Marvel's has done is give creative freedoms for the TV shows over on Disney Plus.
I really liked James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm excited for his 3rd rendition because I just saw Suicide Squad recently, and I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
So James Gunn pulled through for us yet again. So if anything, going into Phase 4, and then of course with the reviews for Shang-Chi, I think that Marvel's moving in the right direction. If the reviews are to be believed.
I mean,
right.
Shang-Chi is getting released coming soon. When
like
is
10
it?
days, like 9 days from now.
9 days from now.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that close?
Yeah.
September 3rd, big boy.
On the corner, bro.
It's literally next Friday.
Although I'm a bit annoyed with the whole Marvel PR stunt that's going on at this point, I'm just kind of tired of that shit with the whole, because of Shang-Chi and how they're using the actors to do some shit on Twitter. I'm tired of that
They
bullshit.
did it with Black Panther, and they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they act like this is the first time diversity is a thing.
Yeah. Literally.
They did it with Black Panther. They were, you know, they had Boseman come up on screen or up on interviews and was like, "Yeah, I'm just so excited that, you know, young black children get to see a superhero on screen, as if like there wasn't Static Shock or if there wasn't, you know, other things that were on screen prior. But it's like, oh, because we're doing it and we're Marvel, like
Yeah,
this is
they're
it exists for
just
the
trying to
first time.
showboat it. Like they're just trying to
And
showboat it,
I
and
mean,
they're
I can
doing
see it.
similar.
That's basically diversity PR
I mean,
and marketing and stuff. You know, like
I
it's
get it. I get it.
part of
But
the
at the same
business. Yeah.
time, I'm also tired of it because like the biggest thing for me was that Simo Liu came out and was like, "Yo, it means that kids growing up today
Yeah, I
will
saw that
have what I
one.
didn't have, which are characters that are aspirational that also reflect the experience." And I had tweeted about it. I was like, you know, this kind of sucks because like to me, resonating with someone that on screen that is not the same race, gender, or culture as you is not like that's not exclusive to Marvel, right? Like I showed up for Black Panther. I was excited. I was happy. Everybody was excited for it. And I was like, yo, this is a really, really cool experience, you know?
Yeah,
And to me, being Asian, it's like Hollywood didn't invent this, right?
yeah,
If you look at Miyazaki from Studio Ghibli, if you look at Kurosawa,
yes,
you know that inspired the Clint Eastwood
mm-hmm.
trilogy. I mean, if you look at Jackie Chan, if you look at Sammo Hung, if you look at like Donnie Yen, I mean, these guys have stood in the West super tall for years, for decades even. So I think it's disrespectful for Simo Liu to come out and be like, "Well, I'm the one that's giving. Like I'm the first one. Like Jackie Chan didn't exist
Like
and
yeah,
still exists." You know, like to me, I was like, "Damn, that kind of hurts to see somebody else saying that." Like, "Oh yeah." But I mean,
yeah.
you know, just Disney things.
So all right, yeah, I didn't want to drag into that much. You know, it is getting a bit late here.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's time to wrap up the show. And let's go with the outros, and let's start with Agent Deli.
Hello, my name is Agent Deli. Crow, thank you again for having me back on the podcast. It was very wonderful. Windu, Joker, it's nice to see familiar faces, and it's always nice to see new ones, strictly.
Sir,
Um,
definitely, man.
yeah.
Appreciate you.
So, but anyways, my name is Agent Deli. You can find me on Twitter or Twitch under that name, Agent Deli. And again, I'm an ex AAA game developer from Ubisoft.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I always appreciate your inputs, and you know, you're a really good co-host, man. You know, I definitely appreciate you on the show. And so we're gonna go with Joker Gamer V3.
Yo, Crow, thank you again, bro, for having me back onto the show. And again, it's nice to have familiar faces like Windu and Deli over there for nice support. And yeah, man, it's definitely nice to meet you, Gaines, man. I just learned a lot of things about you. Interested to see your content out there. Definitely will comment if you're streaming or anything like that. I'll pop in to say hello and everything. Show my love and support. You know what I mean? But
Definitely.
yeah, I really enjoy these kind of things that's happening, and being a regular appearance on this is just like a humble experience for me. So thank you again. Um, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man. So it's always a fun time with you, Joker. And so let's go with WinduTheMace.
Yo, no, man, just want to say thank you. Appreciate you bringing me back again for sure. And everybody that's been watching and chilling in the chat and everything, you guys are awesome. And I'll be real, I love doing these chats just because I love having debates and arguing. And I know for a fact, like for example, Deli's a homie, but I'm never gonna see eye to eye with him. So we're gonna be able to chat all day. You know what I mean? But but yeah, man, I appreciate the invite, and you guys can literally find me anywhere by looking up WinduTheMace, whether it be YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, anything like that. All about strategy.
Sir.
All right. And so D Games, where can the people find you?
Yeah, man. You know, you can find me on Twitter, man. STLCTY03 is the Twitter handle. I appreciate everyone in the chat, you know, being here, showing love to the panel, man. Great meeting you all. You know, talking to you, Crow, man. If y'all ever just have any questions or just want to talk about gaming, whatever it may be, hit me up. YouTube channel is strictly gaming as well. So, you know, just look out for content for that as well.
All right, cool.
So
And I appreciate you guys tuning in the chat. It's definitely great to see, some interesting conversations going on there. And for those guys who do watch the show later, I do appreciate you tuning in. And if you did make it this far, y'all are the MVPs. So I do appreciate you. And make sure you hit the like and hit the subscribe if you do enjoy what we're doing here. We are trying to do a bi-weekly podcast. But lately, it's hard to get some people and it's hard to find a topic. So, maybe it might be like 2 or 3 weeks per episode. But yeah, if you guys like what we're doing here, feel free to subscribe and you get notified when we do go live. And yeah, this is your boy, the Sly Krow, signing off. But I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Be easy.
Love.
Ay, ay, ay.